And now, Mystery Theater.
Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. All of us are selfish to some degree. We protect our own desires and dreams, but within reason. For we inhabit a world where we must make certain compromises and respect other people's feelings. We had better. For the quickest way to lose everything is to try to have everything the way we want it. For then the fates that dog all our heels have a way of catching up.
There's no going back. No going forward. Where do I go from here?
You've lost me, Laura, and you can't have him. Only one thing to do. You're right over the canyon.
But the car. Not the car.
Nothing matters anymore now. You gambled and lost. Lost.
Our mystery drama, The Plastic Man, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Ian Martin and stars Don Scardino. As I said in the beginning, this is a story of an extraordinarily selfish man, a sort of product of our times. George Hartford, who could well be named the Plastic Man. Note his action and reaction to the oldest and most productive relationship in the history of man.
Come on, Jane, knock it off. It isn't the end of the world.
Not yours, George. You've made that quite clear.
I wanted to lay it on the table. No messing around. A clean break. The least sweat.
The least sweat? Well, it's one description for the end of a love affair, I suppose.
Now, don't get me wrong, babe.
I really don't anymore. You shook me up, but you woke me up.
Now you're with it, kid. Look, if we don't swing anymore, there's
Oh, I love your succinct statement in mod lingo. We don't swing anymore. May I remind you that we were going to be married? I wasn't swinging with you. I thought I was building something for the future.
Okay, Jane, so it just didn't work out like that.
Someone else?
No.
You're cutting out because this was getting just a little too serious for you. It might be the end of fun and games. You were on the point of being asked to contribute something in return.
Jane, does it have to be all this much of a drag?
Oh, perish the thought. I wouldn't want to ruffle your peacock feathers for the moment. But just one comment. You are heading for a rude awakening. Someday, one of your women won't be as accommodating as I am. Stop the car.
What are you talking about? You're only halfway home.
I just discovered I'm not even that far. All I want is to get off.
George?
Hey, Big Brad. How's it going, Matt?
Fine, just fine. Hey, what are you doing home so early? I thought you had a big, heavy date with Jane.
We split.
Split? Just like that?
Just like that.
Well, what was the quarrel?
It was getting kind of heavy, so I wanted out.
How did she take it?
Oh, you know dames. Big fuss over nothing. Got anything to eat in the joint?
Nothing but humble pie, little bud.
Huh?
A cupboard is bare, and you wouldn't eat any of it even if it was there.
So I'll settle for a beer. Then maybe I'll do a little prowling. Pick up a pizza and Who knows, maybe even something more nourishing, huh?
You know, you ought to do something about that sex drive. Now, one of these days, you're going to get your head caught in a ringer.
Okay, why don't you give me a reading, Shrink, huh? I'm all stretched out on the couch. How'd you like to probe my inner psyche?
You haven't got a psyche. All you've got is one large itch and no conscience.
Oh, so much for brotherly love. I can't even get a free treatment from the family psychiatrist. So, you don't want to talk to me? I'll have
Now,
to...
hold it, George. Matter of fact, I do want to talk to you. I'm moving out.
Hey, wait a minute. I'm that bad? You're really sore at me?
No, that's beside the point at the moment. You know, I'm a full resident now, and Fran just got a raise, so we've been looking at apartments. We figure we can go ahead now and get married.
The ball and chain, huh? Oh, it's a big step, man. Why rush it?
Well, I wouldn't expect you to understand, George. I want to live with Fran.
Okay, fine. But marriage? I mean, who needs it these days? Look, why tie yourself down?
I wouldn't expect you to understand that either, George.
Oh, come on, old sober sides. You just don't see where it's at. I mean, like, today is all wide open.
It doesn't work that way for everybody, George.
Okay. What's your bag is yours, and what's mine is mine.
The trouble is, Gorgeous G, you keep trapping the other sex in it like you were a bounty hunter. It worries me.
Why?
Well, first of all, because some pretty nice girls get damn roughed up by you. Jane, for one.
Oh, come on. Look, don't make me sound like a child molester. Any dame I play around with is old enough to know the score.
It's more than just a game. It's an obsession, my friend, and as a psychiatrist, I don't particularly like its implications.
Oh, brother. Here we go with the Don Juan Casanova bit again. It's basically an inferiority complex, and I'm driven to prove myself. Or else it's an Oedipus complex. Down deep in my id or whatever, I hated Pop, and I...
Yeah. It may be funny to you, but you might be surprised if you could understand how much basic truth there is in it. But that isn't the main thing.
So, what is?
It's just your arrogant, selfish insensitivity. You know what you are? You're a plastic man. You haven't got one real human emotion in you, and I'm sorry for all the nice girls you've twisted up inside. Give the next one a break. Let her know about you from the start, so at least she goes into it with her eyes open.
You got the wrong idea about women, Matt. They're a hell of a lot tougher than we are.
I am not going to get trapped in an argument. I just hope you don't get trapped one of these days with one of them who won't be as obliging as they all have been up to now. Your luck can't last forever. Sooner or later, you are going to get caught in a buzzsaw. Don't say I didn't warn you.
My brother Matt was a good guy, but just a little square. And the chicks, well, you know how it is. You take them as they come. Like I say, it's a big world, and if you want to hang yourself up with one old lady permanently, that's your own business. Me, I like to hang loose. I never figured old George here would get hung up on one, and surely not the way it happened. Hi. You dropped your sun oil in the sand.
Oh, did I? You're very kind. Are you one of the staff here?
No, I'm a guest. Why?
Oh, just your... I mean, you look like one of them.
Wow, thanks for the good word. These jocks that work the staff here are really built. No, I'm just taking a week off from the daily grind. And a friend said these Club Pacificos really swing. I don't know, maybe I missed the season. Till now.
What do you mean?
Well, I haven't run into you up till now. You just get here?
Why, no. We've been here a couple of days, but we drove down. We've been touring the countryside some.
Hot work this weather. Me, I'll take the water. Or a nice long drink by the pool. Huh? Hey, it's about that time. Can I buy you one?
Well, Why not? If you'll wait long enough for me to take one quick dip in the sea to wash the sand off.
She came up from that beach lounger in one long, fluid move like a cat. My breed. I watched her run down and into the water. A one-piece suit, but it didn't hide any of that figure. Long waist, long legs. The club was beginning to live up to its reputation. Pernod long, right?
Right. How many beads do you want?
Hey, I said the drinks were on me.
I pay my own freight, the way we travel.
Ah, there's that we again. Roommate?
Husband.
Oh, and he lets you out without a leash?
It's a free country. He's confined to our cabin. He picked up amoebic dysentery some years ago in India. It's hell to get rid of.
India? You travel a lot?
He does. He's a parapsychologist.
I heard the word. Clue me in a little deeper.
It's the branch of psychology that deals with unexplained phenomena. Clairvoyance, ESP, mental telepathy. You had enough?
Ask a silly question, you get
A complex answer.
So no more questions, except like... Well, my name's George. George Hartford. What's yours?
You're not an insurance salesman.
No, cars. Business is a little slow right now. That's why I thought I'd catch a week off. Or was till I met... did I catch your name?
Laura Prentice. Here's looking at you.
That's fair enough. It's all I've done since I set eyes on you.
I noticed.
Listen, it's kind of hot out here in the sun. My cabin is air-conditioned.
So is ours.
Well, I just meant, why disturb your husband?
Now, that is definitely not a silly question. Here,
What's this?
my beads. Buy us both another drink, George. And let's see how cool your pad really is. Why... Oh, why did I do this?
Come on, Laura. It's no crime.
I know it isn't to you. Some of us are fashioned a little differently.
Hey, that's only an illusion, baby. It's natural, and whatever is natural is right.
You wouldn't understand. It isn't morals I'm concerned with.
Well, then what?
Oh, I could never make you understand in a million years, George.
So, that's the kiss-off, huh?
It ought to be. But it's too good for me to have the strength of will to let it go that easily.
Now you're talking.
No, not here. Tomorrow, away from the club. I have my car. We'll drive somewhere for the day. I'll say I'm going shopping in Puerto Vallarta or Guadalajara. You're the lucky sinner. You don't need any excuse. I'll meet you at the parking lot after breakfast.
Oh, how do I find you?
It isn't hard. It's the only green Mercedes. And the license plate is $69.99. I wanted $7,000 for luck, but I never could swing it. Till tomorrow, if you want to risk it.
She was kind of offbeat, this chick, and married and all, so I might have passed her up. If it hadn't been for the car. I flipped when I saw it. A Mercedes 56, gull-wing coupe in British racing green, like she said. A dream classic. 0 to 60 in 9 seconds flat. Quick ratio steering, independent suspension, and handles like it's part of the road. Plus the price tag. 12 to 15 thou in mint condition. And this baby was. While I was drooling over it, my other babe, also mint condition, arrived. This yours?
A gift from my husband.
You know what you've got here?
I ought to. It's what I asked for.
I never saw a 56 in green before.
It took a little digging to find it. I wanted it to match my eyes.
Cat's eyes.
The better to see you with. Do you want to drive it?
Do I? Climb in, Big Mama.
You can like my car, but only if it's second, after me.
It's a tough choice, but I like your moving parts better. Okay, where to?
Straight to hell, lover. Or heaven.
I started up that dream boat, and she was heaven under my hands, just as Laura would be later. What I didn't know was that her husband was watching us, and the living hell that was in store for me.
It's hard to have much sympathy, if any, for our plastic man, George. He's an expert in taking without giving. But you may have a little sympathy soon as we watch a punishment which is infinitely more infernal than the crime. I'll be back shortly with Act 2. To watch George Hartford drive that Mercedes that hugged the road, floating as though on rails and cornering to perfection, to watch his face and the fanaticism of the faddists suffusing it, was to know our plastic man had an Achilles heel. One spot where he was vulnerable, his passion for classic cars. And in Laura, he had found an unlikely companion.
It looks as if I lost you just when I found you.
I'm sorry, babe, but a car like this, man, this is far out.
I know. Why do you think I wanted it? Took 4 years of begging and other things to get it.
Greatest feeling in the world, right?
It was. Or at least a substitute
Till there was us, huh?
If I'm really included in.
Come again?
Forget it. It's our karma. Too late to offer you a way out.
Wait a minute. You lost me somewhere.
I should probably never have found you. George, there could be danger. You want to turn back?
I don't make all this. You mean your husband?
Yes.
Well, what is he? King Kong or the Godfather?
Oh, no. Horace is quite small and very mild and very rich. I'm quite willing to admit the last is what attracted me to him. I didn't know then about the other.
The other what?
How deep his interest in psychical research was. Or how powerful some of the forces involved are.
Hey, you know something, babe? You're talking kind of weird.
6 years with Horace would make any woman a little offbeat. I've been walking in a bad dream. You woke me up, love. Oh, look. There's a motel, George, or whatever you call them in old Mexico. It's too much talking that gets everybody into trouble.
Now you're talking, Laura. But making sense. It was still early in the afternoon, but something wakened me suddenly. For a moment, I didn't know where I was. Then, as my eyes focused on the bright yellow ceilings of the Casa Romantica, I realized that the whimperings were coming from the girl by my side. Hey, Laura? Laura, hey. Hey, baby.
What? Oh.
Hey.
Oh, George. Don't say anything. Just hold me. Hold me a moment.
Okay. Hey, stay loose. We didn't blow up the Capitol or anything. We're not on the wanted list.
He knows.
Who?
Horace.
Knows what?
About us.
Hon, if you got a guilty conscience...
No, this isn't conscience. It's beyond it. Let me go, George. Let me go.
Where are you going?
I just have to get up to the window and get some air.
Here, why don't you wrap something around you?
Will that make me decent? All right. George?
What?
You're a very selfish man. I know this is just a casual affair for you that you drifted into. I suppose I shouldn't worry about you. But you asked for it. Let me say it once. I'm sorry. But it's way too late for either of us to back out. Now, let's get dressed and back to the club.
I'll say one thing for you, Laura. You do come up with the surprises. But I must say, this is one bummer of a so long, Dad.
Oh, you and I haven't finished, George. We've only begun. That's part of the karma, too.
I didn't like this whole gig. I was into something I couldn't grab. Kind of a nowhere for me, because I'm the one who usually decides where it's at. Driving to the bus stop, too, I had this crazy notion that maybe it was the Mercedes 56 I'd miss more than her. It was all mixed up. And coming home to my cabin late in the evening, just at dark, I got shook up some more.
Have a nice bus ride, Mr. Hartford.
What? Who the hell are you? What are you doing in my cabin?
Well, I'm sorry. I thought for me, in a sense, it was kind of a home away from home.
How'd you get in here? I locked the door.
How could you lock it against Laura's husband?
Laura? Yeah. I met her on the beach. Hi, Mr. Prentice.
Interesting to meet you, Mr. Hartford.
I guess Laura, Mrs. Prentice mentioned my name.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get you a drink?
No, thanks. Can I get you a cover-up for your embarrassment?
What?
I think we can dispense with unnecessary questions. I want you to leave my wife alone.
Now, just a minute.
I know what's happened between you and Laura, who happens to be my wife. You didn't know what you were getting into. I considered having you roughed up, but I'll let that go. Excuse me, I must leave now. I'll say goodbye. For all of us. If you have a brain in your head, Mr. Hartford, you'll echo that sentiment.
Just for curiosity's sake, with a slight flapping under my heart, I checked the following morning. The M56 was gone, and the desk clerk informed me so were the Prentices. I breathed easier, lived out my week without a pigeon worth making a pass at, and went back to my office in Los Angeles. It was nice to get back to plain living.
Hey, you look great, George. You picked up a lot of sun, huh?
That's about all that was going there, Matt. How about you? You set the wedding date?
Yep. 3 weeks from today. Can you make it?
Hey, can you see me not?
No. How could you turn down another opportunity to be best man?
Okay, work me over. I deserve it, I guess.
George, what's the matter? Don't tell me the leopard is changing his spots. You meet someone on your little cruise casing Mexican talent?
I met someone. Not Mexican, just real offbeat. What do you think of parapsychology, Matt?
Oh, brother. I mean, in more ways than one. I have enough trouble handling my own specialty in the vagaries of the human brain, psyche, condition, however you define it. Parapsychology. That's another breed of cat.
Cat?
Huh?
Nothing. You didn't answer.
Well, I don't know how to answer. It's a gray area. The research is too new, too limited to prove anything or mean much. Well, why?
Just an idle question.
Yeah, don't try to kid me, George. Nothing you ask is idle.
Okay. I met a dame who was hung up on this scene, and I just wondered how much there might be to it.
Well, you want my opinion? It's not too much. Now, that's in general. But specifically for you, if you're asking my advice, give her a wide berth. Your life is mixed up enough as it is without voluntarily trying to complicate it any further. Okay?
Right on.
Because no matter how much I object to your personal life, you're my brother. Means a hell of a lot to me to know you'll be standing next to me when I get married.
I'd have to be dead or nowhere before I missed that. The day after I had lunch with my brother Matt, she rolled into my dealer's lot. I should say they. The Mercedes 56, English green with that unforgettable license plate, and the equally unforgettable Laura behind the wheel. I had no escape. Our office building is all glass. As the lesser of two evils, I went out to meet her myself. Yes, madam? What can I do for you?
Oh, of all people. How could you ask?
Are you crazy blowing in here? Doesn't your husband
Horace
know?
is on the other side of the world, in India. He's gone on retreat for a month.
Whatever that means.
It means he's in transcendental meditation. You'd call it out of this world. It also means I am free.
Look, Laura, I like to swing as much as the next man, but, baby, I think we ought to drop it. That little guy scared me. And you,
Yes, and me.
you really got through. You got to me. I can't comb you out.
So climb in. This time I'll be driving, and I'll show you I can handle this baby just as well as you can.
I can't just walk out on my business like that. I'll tell you what. I'll meet you in half an hour at, say, Wilshire and Beverly, northwest corner.
That's a date. Don't you miss it.
It was a date, all right. A date with destiny. Though how could I have known it then? I cleaned up my desk, turned the agency over to my head salesman, and drove out of the lot. I parked my heap short of Beverly and walked the rest of the way. She was waiting for me. I climbed in and we drove off for her house in Bel Air.
I warned you, Hartford, to stay away. Now you will both have to suffer the consequences.
What?
You heard him too.
What are you talking about?
Horace, my husband. He knows about us.
You gotta be kidding. I mean, if he really is in India...
Oh, he's there. It doesn't make any difference.
Look, I don't dig any of this. It's too wide out. All I know is I'm getting out right now. I never should have climbed back in.
We're committed now.
No way, baby.
It's out of our hands. Horace doesn't want me back.
How do you know?
He's telling me right now.
From India?
I warned you were getting into something beyond your understanding.
Okay, so great. Now I'm on my way out.
You can't. This just isn't a silly girl who's trying to hang on. I told you the moment I laid eyes on you. I knew you were my karma.
Hey, what's this karma jive?
My fate. And yours. You can try. But you'll never escape me.
Don't kid yourself. I know when I've had enough. I'm blowing this scene, and this is goodbye. I lit out of there like my tail was on fire. Matt had warned me I'd get caught in a nutcracker one of these days, and this looked like one of them. And man, it was weird. When I read about the crash the next day, I felt like a real heel. But I heaved a sigh of relief just the same. I didn't have any feeling of guilt. Or did I? Why should I? If only I had known what she was thinking on that last ride, maybe. But how could I know?
There's no going back. There's no going forward. Where do I go from here?
You've lost me, Laura, and you can't have him. Only one thing to do. You're right over the canyon.
But the car. Not the car.
Nothing matters anymore now. You gambled and lost. Lost. Lost.
I read it in the morning papers. Woman plunges to fiery death off Coldwater Canyon. Both car and driver completely destroyed by fire. Police determined by one remaining license plate that the victim must have been Mrs. Laura Prentice. I felt kind of sick, but relieved. That was the end of that.
Only, as we shall discover, that was not the end of either car or driver. The world is full of George Hartfords who get away with murder in a general sense, but odds have a way of evening up, and this time George isn't going to get away with anything. I'll return shortly with Act 3. This story is a snowball, starting from microscopic beginnings, gathering momentum and mass as it rushes down the hill. The tension and terror building from nothing to a massive and inevitable crash, and, like the snowball, being fractionalized into nothing again.
It was less than a week since Laura and the Mercedes 56 had been burned to cinders. I was crossing the canyon from my pad in Van Nuys, taking Matt over to meet his bride.
What's the matter with you lately, George?
Don't worry about me. Let's concentrate on the big date, huh? How many days to the wedding, Matt?
A little over a week. Can't wait. That makes me kind of sad, little brother. I wish you could meet a girl you could settle down with.
I'm off dames for the moment. This girl Hey! What kind of crazy... It's the Mercedes, and Laura at the wheel. Look out!
What is the matter with you? You out of your mind?
I had to go off the road. Matt, that crazy broad would have rammed into us head on.
What are you talking about?
The green Mercedes that came around the bend. Didn't you see it? Or her?
Round what bend?
Coming the other way, headed towards us.
George, we haven't passed any cars coming or going in the last few minutes.
We just about rammed one going the opposite way less than a minute ago.
A green Mercedes?
Yeah, a 56, a classic. Didn't you see it?
No, I didn't, because it wasn't there.
I tell you, plain as day. It was broad daylight. I saw it. And her. I tell you.
A green Mercedes with a girl named Laura at the wheel.
Yes.
Yeah, the same girl. And the same car you say you read about in the paper a few days ago, who went up in flames.
That must have been some coincidence, some mistake. I don't know.
Well, we're going to check it out, George. Now, you said the police found a license plate.
Yes, but they didn't give the numbers in the paper.
Yeah, but if it should be 6999, you'd have to agree with me there wasn't any car today that you had to avoid, right?
But I saw it.
What you saw could have been a hallucination. Now, we better pin it down right now.
I could have told Matt what he'd find out. I knew it even before he checked with the police. I knew the plate number would be 6999, and I knew something else. It didn't matter what he found out. I hadn't seen the last of the green Mercedes 56 or the girl who drove it, dead or alive. I took a fast powder and went out to get loaded.
The name's Ginny. Ginny Blake.
Oh, George here. George Hartford.
So, now we're bosom buddies. Buy me a drink?
Sure. What's your poison?
You'll laugh.
I could use one.
A horse's neck. Plain soda, anything soft. Funny, huh?
No, except why would you... Well, what are you wasting your time on a guy like me for?
Oh, I don't know. I come here sometimes, and either I'm too shy to say hello to anyone, or I don't like the guys who try to turn me on. I'm lonely. That's why I come.
You really want that drink?
No. I'm up to here already.
So am I. How'd you like to drive me home, Ginny? And then I'll give you car fare back to your pad.
Oh, When do I leave for my place?
Right after you drop me at my door. I'm not looking to make out tonight.
That's a new line. Could be the beginning of a beautiful friendship. Come on, I'll take a chance. You don't seem all that loaded to me.
I'm not. I've got other problems.
You got a habit?
No, nothing like that. I got a bigger monkey on my back.
You're kind of screwed up, George, and I'm sorry for you. I'd honestly like to help, if I could.
Well, I don't think anyone can. I guess I went out and bought my own private set. Look out!
What is it?
Can't you see it? The Mercedes headed straight for us.
Let go of the wheel!
No, you've got to get out of the way! Didn't you see the car? It went right through us. As if we weren't there.
What car? There wasn't any car. Boy, are you on some trip. Boy, George, I had it with you. There's a bus stop here. I can find my own way home. You don't need company. What you need is a head doctor.
I don't know how long I lay parked there. I'd closed my eyes. Maybe I went to sleep. But all of a sudden I realized that the Mercedes had driven up alongside of me, and Laura was leaning towards me to talk.
Come on, George. I've been looking for you. Let's go.
No, I can't. I'm not ready.
Sooner or later. Why not now? I'm waiting for you. How long do I have to wait?
My car was still running. I threw into first and cut out sharp into traffic. The hood of my car, bumper, all the way to the windshield, cut through the Mercedes like it was drawn in midair, or just wasn't there at all. I don't remember how I got home or to bed. I only know that with the help of 5 or 6 black coffees, I found myself able to face my brother Matt the next morning.
So you proved it to yourself. The car, the woman, was a hallucination.
No, she was there. I heard her speak twice now.
George, I checked out the license plate with a friend at police headquarters. There's no doubt that she crashed in that car.
Then why do I keep seeing her and hearing her?
Well, it's a fixation, guilt reflex.
So get rid of it for me. Well, that's your job, isn't it?
No, sir, that's your job, if you can.
I can't.
Well, possibly, certainly not alone. You gotta have help, George.
That's what I'm asking you for.
Oh, no, not me.
My own brother? Am I that much of a heel to you?
That is not the point. I just started my residency in psychiatry. You're way beyond me, George.
Well, then give me a man to go to. Some doctor who can handle me. She was always there, trailing me in the M56, not 15 feet behind me. But that wasn't the worst part. Through the car, I could see the line of traffic stretching behind her, with sometimes a car coming up behind and cutting right through the spectral green vehicle that wasn't there for anyone but me. I made up my mind to have it out, and headed for the house in Bel Air.
Come in, Mr. Hartford. I've been expecting you.
Thank you.
There's no need to thank me.
Oh, well, anyway, thank heaven you're here. I thought you might still be in India.
Oh, no. I came back for my wife's death.
What? For?
I landed from the plane at the moment she went over the cliff. You see, I knew she was going.
But how could you?
I sent her to her death.
You know, she's following me. I can't get rid of her. Or the car.
I know. And you came to ask me for help.
Yes, Please help me.
You must help yourself, George. You didn't hesitate to in the beginning when it was something that didn't belong to you. Why hold back now?
What do you mean?
You'll never be rid of her as long as you live. Why don't you join her, George? You see? There she is. She's waiting for you. Join her!
I was outside the house, the door shut in my face, and parked in the driveway facing me was the green Mercedes. I went a little berserk, hurling myself into my own car, ramming her into first and driving in a scattering of gravel and dust straight through that infernal vision. I smashed into Sunset, turning left in a screech of tires, heading for Coldwater Canyon and back to the valley. But all the time, my nemesis followed me, riding up my back, tailgating me. Then, at the top of the hill, suddenly riding on air, right out over the valley, the Mercedes drew abreast of me.
Why don't you join me, lover? I'm waiting.
Join her. It's the only way.
All right! Damn it! Have it your way! Here I come!
I'm so sorry, Matt. Your poor brother.
I'm so sorry for so many things, Fran. For what he was, for what he made of himself, for the help I couldn't give him. But most of all, for calling him a plastic man.
What do you mean, darling?
Turns out he wasn't. There was a chink in his armor, whether he knew it or not. His conscience.
You mean for that woman's suicide? The one with the Mercedes?
Yes. They hadn't even had time to repair the guardrail. He went right through the same gap she did. Well, no sense agonizing about it. What's done is done. At least, she won't be haunting him anymore.
I wonder. There's quite a legend grown up about that stretch of road. On misty nights or dark ones with the moon seen fitfully through clouds, a lot of people swear they pass a Mercedes colored English green. Some say the woman was driving, some say the man. But then, that would be easy to confuse, since by now the paint is peeling, the clothing is half rotted away, and the figures themselves are little more than skin and bone. The hands that grasp the wheel, those of a skeleton. I'll be back shortly. One further note. Shortly after Fran and Matt were married, a large sum of money was given to them by an anonymous source. And at the same time, Horace stripped himself of all his possessions and gave the bulk of his fortune to the School for Psychic Research, where he had taught so long. He left for India and was never heard of again. One story has it that he sits in meditation somewhere high in the Himalayas, treated by the nearby villagers as a holy man. Perhaps so. But is it meditation or expiation? We'll never know. Our cast included Don Scardino, Joan Loring, Russell Horton, and Catherine Byers. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams.
And now, Mystery Theater.
Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. Bang, bang, you're dead, shouts a little child. And his playmate clutches at his heart and collapses to the ground. Now, when children play this game, are they innocently imitating their elders? Or are they expressing some deep-seated biological urge? Are professional killers basically children who have never outgrown the game? Is the taste for murder ingrained or acquired? Questions like these should never be answered quickly.
Lieutenant Kaufman, I was sent in here to see you.
How can I help?
A man named Tom Beckwith was murdered last night.
That's right. Do you have any information that would...
Yes, I'm responsible for his death.
What are you saying, Mr...
Wilson, Roger Wilson. I caused his death.
Are you confessing to the crime?
I suppose that's the only way to put it.
How did you murder Tom Beckwith?
I wished him dead.
You wished him dead?
Yes, Lieutenant. I wished him dead. I wished it with all my strength.
He was killed by 2 shots from a .38 caliber pistol. Now, did you fire them?
That's immaterial.
Mr. Wilson, you don't look well at all. I'll have an officer see you to your home.
I see. Well, let the record show that I did my duty as a citizen.
Our mystery drama, The Transformer, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Sam Dan and stars Howard Da Silva. There are strange and mysterious transformations. Life changes from one shape, one form, yes, one existence, to another. What were we before? Were you always the same? Have you always harbored the same hopes, ideas, ambitions? Suppose the person you were 10 years ago should meet the person you are today. Would it be a happy meeting? Let us meet Roger Wilson. Roger Wilson, 42 years of age, just beginning to lose hair and gain weight. Roger Wilson, who has already accepted the fact that while he will not set the world on fire, he will at least bask in a cheery, comfortable glow.
Roger?
You were expecting...
I was expecting a knight in shining armor.
Again? Well, I thought I showed up 15 years ago.
Why didn't you call from the airport in Chicago and tell me which flight you'd be on so I'd know what to do about dinner?
The only thing you have to do about dinner tonight is eat it. Get your coat.
Which one?
The mink.
Oh, which client are we supposed to impress tonight?
Tonight? Tonight is all fun.
We're never supposed to have fun at dinner. We're supposed to be in there selling away.
Oh, come on. It's not that bad.
Oh, the nonsense I've had to hold still for these past 15 years.
Well, Dolly, if you sold your soul, at least it wasn't for a mess of pottage. It's been first class all the way.
Whose ego do I have to flatter tonight?
Tonight you're going to meet the greatest guy in all the world.
All right, I'll laugh at his jokes. After all, he's a client.
He's not a client.
He's not.
You'll be crazy about Chappie.
Chappie?
Beryl Spencer Chapman.
Beryl?
Well, you know, some people's parents have absolutely no sense of the fitness of things. They named his sister Sam. Anyhow, everyone calls him Chappie.
Well, what good is Chappie able to do you, business-wise?
Dolly, I don't even know what business he's in.
Roger?
He told me he's in the transformer business, but we didn't go into it. We were just so happy to see each other. It's going to be 25 years. A quarter of a century. Where did it go?
Don't ask me.
There we were, 2 kids in Korea, and suddenly, it's all these years later. Well, I guess that's life.
And I guess this is going to be one of your nights for deep philosophical statements,
There I am in the passenger lounge at O'Hare Airport in Chicago. I'm looking at this guy, and he's looking at me. And suddenly I yell out, Chappie! Just the exact same split second he hollers, Roger! How would you feel if you ran to somebody you knew 25 years ago?
I can't think of anybody I knew 25 years ago that I'd care to see today.
He hadn't changed a bit.
Well, where is this legendary Chappie?
Where?
If he was such a great buddy, why didn't you bring him home?
He has this business meeting at 6:15. That's why he came here.
If he has a meeting at 6:15, how can he have dinner with us?
What are you talking about?
A man comes all the way into New York for an evening meeting and it doesn't include dinner?
But what's so radical about that?
Well, you could never treat a client like that and get away with it.
Well, maybe he's the client. Anyhow, he's going to meet us in Luigi's at 6:45.
You mean he came all the way to New York for a meeting that will hardly last a half hour?
He's a man of very few words.
Oh, really? Well, that should be quite refreshing. You must be a very efficient businessman, Chappie.
Why?
Well, I'm simply amazed at how quickly you're able to conclude a business meeting.
Are you?
When Roger gets involved in these things, they can go on for hours, even days.
Do they?
I can never get Dolly to understand there's so much to talk about.
How do you avoid all that talk, Chappie?
Well, what's to talk about? You know the deal, you go in and close it.
What kind of business are you in?
Transformer business.
Oh, well, tell me all about it.
It's kind of technical.
Well, I was a science major at college. A transformer is an instrument used for changing voltage. You have a step-down transformer, you have step-up transformers.
Oh, darling, I'm sure Chappie doesn't really want to talk shop.
All right, you're absolutely right. When a couple of old war buddies get together, I'm sure they can't wait to swap stories. I'll sit here quiet as a mouse and just let you boys talk.
Dolly, well, you see, Chappie and I were very close. Very close. And one of the reasons we got along so well was because we could just sit there in that foxhole for hours and just say nothing.
How could you just sit there for hours and say nothing?
Well, sometimes by saying nothing, you say everything. How about dessert?
Nothing for me.
Cheesecake.
Well, good morning. We have bacon and eggs, toast.
Why do you always make breakfast? You know I only want coffee.
I don't make it. I only say I do to maintain the franchise.
Well, how'd you like Chappie?
I like strong, silent men, but...
Yeah, we would sit there in the mud and the snow day after day, night after night. We'd hardly speak a word.
How did you communicate? Extrasensory perception?
We only had one aim, to keep alive. I would look out for him and he would look out for me.
Well, I can't imagine you not saying a word for days on end.
You haven't answered my question.
Which question?
How'd you like Chappie?
Has he left town?
No, he plans to stay for a week or two. As a matter of fact, we're having lunch.
A quiet lunch, no doubt.
Now for your morning news headlines.
Oh, must we?
Gangster Chief Tony Arman was murdered last night, the victim, obviously, of a gangland execution. The medical examiner places the time of death at about 6:30 p.m. The killer fired 2 lethal shots and disappeared as if into thin air. No one in the neighborhood, 3rd Avenue and 67th Street, heard or saw anything suspicious. Your next headline report in 10 minutes.
3rd Avenue and 67th Street? Well, we were just 2 blocks north of there at Luigi's.
You still haven't told me what you think about Chappie.
Oh. Well, he doesn't seem to be your type. I mean, you appear to have nothing in common.
When you're huddled in a foxhole, you have everything in common. 'Cause after the war, you drift apart. But there's always that deep feeling of friendship.
He has fascinating eyes.
Yeah?
When he first came into the restaurant, they had sort of, a glow. And then they changed, and they seemed to grow softer.
As soon as she spoke about that look in his eyes, I got a sudden chill down my spine. I knew that look. I remembered that look. That funny look that glowed in his eyes. Every time. Each time. Each time. Each time he would be crouching there, freezing, peering desperately into the darkness.
Raj.
Yeah?
You hear something?
Yeah. Yeah, Chappie. Something's moving.
Where?
I don't know. Wait, I see him.
Where?
That clump of bushes at 10 o'clock. See?
Yeah. Must be 500 yards.
More like 6.
Let me raise my sights.
Chappie.
Yeah?
He's headed home. Let him go.
Let him go?
He's just some goof-off. They got goof-offs on their side, too. He got lost. Let him go home.
Watch this, Raj. Watch me squeeze it off. Got him!
And the body that was crawling in the snow suddenly stiffened and became still. It would remain still forever. I looked at Chappie. He was breathing very slowly through his mouth. And there was that look. The look I can neither explain nor describe in his eyes.
Roger, I'm glad you made it.
Made what?
It. Remember the it we used to talk about back there? Come home, marry a good-looking dame, get a good deal.
Oh, well. Did you make it too, Chappie?
Sure. Everything except the dame, but I'm still looking.
Well, marriage. It has its good points, has its bad points. You know, I love Dolly, but there are times when I could kill her.
Yeah?
I'm just kidding.
I worried about you, Roger.
Why?
You saved my life.
You saved mine, too.
Well, that don't make it even. I worried you wouldn't make it when you got back home.
Why?
Because you're soft. But now I feel better. I see you're all set. You must have a great job.
Well, I thought it was a great job 5 years ago.
Something wrong with it now?
Yeah, it's the end of the line.
No?
There's only one place I can go, and that's general sales manager.
Sounds big.
Oh, sure. But you see, Chappie, it won't happen.
Why not? You've got the stuff.
I've also got a problem. His name is Tom Beckwith.
Tom Beckwith?
Thomas Eldon Beckwith, Jr.
Why is he a problem?
Well, he's alive.
Yeah?
Well, you see, Chappie, he happens to be my age, and so I'm kind of stuck out on a siding with no way of getting switched onto the main line.
I see.
Well, I won't starve exactly. How's the transformer business? Chappie?
Oh, what time you got?
It's about a quarter after.
Now, you know, I just remembered I got to see a guy. Let me have the check, huh?
No, I'll
come on.
No,
It's my party.
Breakfast is ready.
Just coffee.
What's on our schedule this evening?
Well, Chappie wants to take us to dinner.
Ah, another restful evening.
He wants to celebrate.
Celebrate what?
Well, he called me at the office late yesterday afternoon. He said he expected to make a killing.
A killing in Transformers sounds fascinating.
Now, you don't like Chappie. Admit it.
I didn't at first, but he kind of grows on you.
Time for another morning headline.
Good news, Harry himself.
Electronics company executive Thomas Eldon Beckwith, Jr. was shot and killed late last night in the garden of his summer cottage at fashionable Lake Surrey. State police theorize that Mr. Beckwith surprised a prowler. So far, there are no leads or clues. Anyone with any information at all that could be useful is asked to call a special number, 227-8308. We shall have another headline report in 10 minutes.
No doubt he will. But it's hard to imagine another headline of any kind that would equal this one in impact on Roger Wilson. Well, what do we have here? Is Chappie a professional killer, or is it all coincidence? Don't downgrade coincidence. Better still, don't do anything. Just wait here for a few moments, and I shall return with Act Two. There's a man named Thomas Eldon Beckwith, Jr., or we should say, there was a man named Thomas Eldon Beckwith, Jr. We never met Mr. Beckwith, and, of course, now, we never will. The late Mr. Beckwith happened to stand in the way of Roger Wilson's promotion. Roger casually mentioned this fact to his old Army buddy, Chappie. Thomas Eldon Beckwith, Jr. was shot to death last night. Are we dealing here with cause and effect?
Tommy Beckwith. I can't believe it.
Neither can I.
Oh, who could that be?
I don't know.
You want me to answer it?
No, I'll get it. Yes?
Mr. Roger Wilson?
Yes.
I'm a police officer, Lieutenant Kaufman of the Homicide Division.
Homicide?
Yes, may I come in?
Oh, sure. My wife, Mrs. Wilson. Tully, this is Lieutenant,
Kaufman.
Will you have a cup of coffee, Lieutenant?
No, thank you.
We just heard about Tom Beckwith's death. It was on the radio. Oh, I suppose that's why you're here.
Yes.
Well, what do you want to ask me?
Did Mr. Beckwith have any enemies that you know of?
Well, I thought the radio said he was killed by a prowler.
Well, he may have been, but a prowler would have robbed him. He was still wearing an expensive ring and a gold watch, and he had $200 in his pocket.
Oh. Well, the prowler might have been frightened by the killing and ran away without...
Yes, that's quite possible, Mr. Wilson. Anything's possible. That's why we're following every line of approach.
Oh, well, what can I tell you?
And you could answer my question. Did he have any enemies?
Tom? No. No. Then why do I say that? You see, I really didn't know Tom very well.
Well, you worked with him for over 15 years.
Well, we knew each other at the office. We didn't socialize too much, did we, Dolly?
No.
I knew very little about his personal life.
Well, had Mr. Beckwith been behaving in a way that might be considered unusual lately?
No. No, I don't think so.
Yeah. Well, do you know anyone who stands to benefit by his death?
No, I couldn't say.
Yeah. Well, I understand you would.
Me?
Yes. Some of the people I spoke to at your office tell me that you're next in line for his job.
Oh, well, that doesn't mean I killed him, does it?
No, not at all.
But you just as good accused me.
Well, no. I made no accusation.
Well, then what are you talking about?
Mr. Wilson, we can travel down one of two ways. Now, we can assume he was killed by a prowler. And this then becomes a random murder, which has nothing to do with the personal life of Mr. Beckwith. He was killed because of where he was. Or we can say he was killed because he happened to be Thomas Eldon Beckwith, Jr. Now, this means he was killed because of who he was. Now, do you follow me?
Yes, I think so.
So, we're asking questions, exploring possibilities, no matter how far out they may seem. And I would like you to help.
How?
Well, just don't inhibit your thinking. Let your mind travel. If you have any kind of suspicion, any kind of supposition, no matter how far-fetched, don't be afraid to mention it.
All right.
Good. Now here, please take this card. It has my number on it. And if anything occurs to you...
Okay.
All right. That's all for now. Well, thank you for your time, Mr. Wilson, Mrs. Wilson.
Goodbye, Lieutenant.
Oh, no, don't bother. I can let myself in.
Tom Beckwith. Who could have killed Tom Beckwith?
Evidently, that lieutenant thinks I did.
Oh, Roger, come on. He doesn't think anything of the sort. Besides, how could you have done it? You were home with me all night.
Yeah.
That's an advantage of married life. You have a built-in alibi. Roger? You're white as a ghost. You're shaking.
I'll be all right.
Roger, death is always a tragedy. It's too bad about Tom Beckwith, but by no stretch of the imagination can you pretend you two were friends. It's one thing to be sorry, but how can you be so cut up about it?
I'm not cut up.
Roger, tell me. What's the matter?
What was I going to tell her? I didn't even know what to tell myself. Chappie, was it possible? It was just a vague suspicion. But now, this. Don't inhibit your thinking, said the lieutenant. Let your mind travel, no matter how far-fetched. All right, Lieutenant. What do you want me to tell you? A war buddy of mine is a professional killer? Just suppose for the sake of argument, that I went to your office right now and tried to explore this far-fetched suspicion with you. How would you react? Lieutenant, I know who killed Tom Beckwith.
Do you?
A man named Beryl Spencer Chapman.
Go slow. Now, I have to write it all down.
He likes to kill. I know that from when we were in Korea 25 years ago. He used to get a look in his eyes.
A look?
Well, you know this gangster who was gunned down the other night, Tony Arman?
Yeah?
A few minutes after Arman was shot, Chappie joined us at a nearby restaurant, and he had this killer's look in his eyes.
Now, let me write this down. The killer's look.
The next day, I just happened to mention that...
Yeah? Then what?
That Tom Beckwith was the one who was standing in the way of my promotion to general sales manager.
I better write that down.
And last night, Beckwith was shot to death.
Why did you mention it to Chappie?
Why?
Yes, why?
Well, because...
Was it because you hoped that Chappie would kill him?
No, that thought never entered my mind.
You suspected Chappie of being a professional killer.
Well,
You wanted Chappie to kill Beckwith.
No.
Subconsciously, you wanted him to kill Beckwith. You wanted him to kill Beckwith.
Where were you?
Huh?
Chappie and I have been sitting here for about 10 minutes now waiting for you to come out of that trance.
What trance?
You have been sitting there, your eyes wide open. But I'm sure you must have been dreaming. Was he like that when you were in Korea, Chappie?
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry. I guess I must have dozed off. I stared closely at Chappie. What I had come to think of as the killer look was nowhere evident in his eyes. Or maybe it never existed. Maybe it was all my imagination. All of this was being constructed from a fragment of a shrouded memory that was almost 25 years old, when we were 19-year-old kids. Chappie, the smiling, happy, quiet man, a killer? No, I'm sure he isn't. Even Dolly likes him. Dolly has an instinct for people. If Chappie were evil, Dolly would automatically shy away from him.
Yes? Now send him in.
You wanted to see me, Mr. Struthers?
Yes, I want to see you, Roger. You know why?
Well,
You're under the impression that I'm going to offer you Beckwith's job, aren't you?
Well, Mr. Struthers,
everywhere I go around here, I hear the same thing. Roger Wilson's going to be the next general sales manager.
Well, I did have reason to believe I was next in line.
Line? What line? What is this, a bus station?
I've given this company 20 years.
I know, and you have been well paid for it. Now, Beckwith is dead.
Yes, sir.
Now, why should I replace him with another Beckwith?
Sir?
You're another Beckwith. You're the same style.
Oh, no, sir. With all due respect, I think I'd be a better sales manager than Tom was.
Well, you'll have to prove it. And there's one account this company must have. Webster.
Webster?
Webster, right now, buys 20% of all the components manufactured in this industry. Now, Webster's growing every day. I want that account in this house.
But, sir...
Beckwith couldn't bring it in. Can you?
Do you realize there's a deep personal situation that exists at Webster?
Well, we make a better product. We can give him a better deal.
Yeah, but...
Now, listen. You want me to give you the sales manager's job? You give me Webster.
Say, what What is this?
Darling, it's your victory celebration. Candlelight, silver, champagne.
Victory.
Your appointment to General Sales Manager calls for a very special dinner.
Well, who's that, I wonder?
That's Chappie,
Chappie?
your best and closest friend. I thought you'd want him to be part of it.
Well, sure.
You let him in, give him a drink. I'll check the roast.
Chappie, come in.
Roger.
Well, join me in a little libation here.
Mm-hmm. To the new job.
Well,
Well, what?
well, about that new job.
You didn't get it?
Well, there's a condition.
Yeah.
The top account in the industry is an outfit called Webster Manufacturing. And they don't buy from us unless I can bring them in.
Yeah?
Well, I can see the old man's point. We should have that account. And would. Except, well, it's something personal.
Personal?
Yeah. Yeah, we have a competitor. And they have a salesman. We don't know how he does it, but he's got Webster all wrapped up.
Yes.
Yeah, I spoke to Jim Webster himself.
Mm-hmm.
He as much as told me, Roger, he said, I'd buy from you folks in a flash. You got the product, you got the price, but...
But what?
But as long as Jerry's alive, he said, I'm obligated.
Why is he obligated to Jerry?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. As long as he feels that way.
Yeah.
So that's that.
Sure.
Well, maybe it's time I found another job anyhow.
What's Jerry's last name?
What'd you say?
I said, what's Jerry's last name?
Why, is that important?
Well, what is it?
Why would you want to know his last name?
I'm just curious. Okay, forget it.
How about a refill?
Sure.
His name is Trask. Jerry Trask.
Jerry Trask. A name suddenly surfaces. Is Mr. Trask about to meet with a violent end? Well, who among us can guarantee tomorrow? But this does not seem to be a happy time for those people who stand in the way of our friend Roger Wilson. Is war buddy Chappie expressing professional curiosity? Indeed, is he even a professional? Well, we usually answer these questions in Act 3, which I shall bring you in just a few moments. A man named Jerome J. Trask is walking his dog very late one night along a quiet street in New York City. He approaches the corner. Someone is standing in the shadow of an apartment building. That someone cannot be discerned in the darkness, and that gleam is the shine that is reflected from a steel pistol barrel.
More coffee?
No, this is fine.
What'd you say? Oh, let's turn this thing off so we can hear ourselves talk.
No, leave it on.
Why?
I want to hear the morning headlines.
I can't imagine what for. They're always so depressing. It's always some murder. Roger? Something wrong?
No,
Are you sure?
nothing's wrong. Why do you insist?
It's just that you seem to be so nervous this morning.
I'm not nervous.
Did Chappie enjoy dinner last night?
Sure. I mean, I think so. Why do you ask?
Well, he left early. Why, do you suppose?
Now, your morning news headline.
Well, here he is again, Doleful Donald.
Is our city in for a wave of random murders? Is a mad killer loose in the streets? Early this morning, another senseless shooting, another tragic death. Just before dawn, Jerome J. Trask, 37, was shot to death as he was walking his dog along East End Avenue and 77th Street. At this moment, police are unable to supply further details. We shall return in 10 minutes with your next headline report.
Well, another morning, another murder. Roger? You know, lately you've been getting a funny look on your face.
What kind of funny look?
Just kind of funny and far away, as if you're not with us. You just kind of disappear.
What do you mean, disappear?
You sit there and you give the impression that you're off somewhere in another time or another place.
I've just had some things to think about. Some very puzzling things.
Like what?
Like, I'm not even sure I know.
Well, you're a fountain of information. Did you call in and get us a starting time?
Starting time?
At the club, we're playing golf this morning, you and I and Chappie.
Golf?
Oh, Roger, we spoke about it last night. Oh, that has to be Chappie. I'll get it. You pour him a cup of coffee. Hello, Chappie. Come on in. We probably won't tee off until after lunch. Roger forgot to get us a starting time. Was he this absent-minded in the Army?
Sometimes.
We were just talking about you, Chappie. I was hoping you had a good time last night.
I did.
It's just that you left so early.
Oh, it was a business appointment.
10 o'clock at night?
That's the transformer business.
Transformer. That word hit a chord, struck a nerve, the way he said transformer. It was the way I had said transformer years ago in a foxhole in Korea. They were attacking us in force, and we were throwing everything we had at them. Okay, Jimmy, okay. Okay, you're wasting the taxpayers' money. There's nothing to hit out there anymore. They all went home.
You got any water?
Yeah.
I get so thirsty after a firefight I could just keep drinking for hours.
All I've got is half a canteen.
How many of them did you get, Raj?
None. I just fired into the air.
I counted 14. 14 definite. I saw him go down. It could have been more. You want to stand guard a while? I got to clean my rifle.
Now?
Rifle should be cleaned every time it's been fired.
All right, go ahead.
When's the last time you cleaned yours, Raj?
Oh, let me see.
I mean, just because nobody comes around for inspection, that doesn't mean that...
Don't worry about me, Chappie.
I gotta worry. You're my buddy, aren't you? What are you laughing at?
Oh, nothing.
Yeah?
Well, it's the way you handle that rifle. In your hands, it isn't just some standard government issue. It's
what?
It's a mystical object.
Yeah? What's that?
Well, let's say it's a kind of cosmic transformer. A transformer because it works like it works like cataclysmic transformation.
Where do you get all them big words, Raj?
That's what you learn in college. Where was I? Oh, yes. A rifle is a transformer. It transforms the living into the dead. How do you like that?
I like it. Yeah, I like it pretty good. You know something, Raj? I may even go into the transformer business when I get home.
Transformer business?
Why not?
Well, for one thing, it's against the law.
That ain't gonna bother me.
Why not?
Them laws are passed by fat politicians. I already broke a bigger law.
Which one is that?
God's law. Don't it say in the Bible, thou shalt not kill? So what are we doing out here?
This is different.
It's always different.
There's an explanation.
There's a million explanations, Raj. I figure I'm in bad already, so go all the way.
All the way where?
Here I've been killing people for the government for less than $200 a month.
That's not the way to look at it.
I know guys who pay better. A whole lot better. Yeah. Transformer business. You want to go in it with me when we get home?
No, thanks.
You see, Chappie, that's what I meant. He just disappears on us.
What are you talking about?
You were sitting there for over a minute with a blank look in your eyes, wasn't he, Chappie?
Anybody mind if I have another glass of orange juice?
Oh, help yourself. You must be very thirsty this morning.
Yeah. I get that way sometimes.
Sir, a gentleman to see you.
Who is it?
He's a police detective, a Lieutenant Kaufman.
Oh, send him in.
Well, I'm sorry to barge in on you at your office, Mr. Wilson.
Sit down, Lieutenant...
Kaufman.
That's right. What can I do for you?
I don't know.
Well, then.
Mr. Wilson, let me speak frankly and off the record. Now, Mr. Beckwith is shot to death. Soon after, Mr. Trask is murdered. Do you know who would be my prime suspect in both cases if he didn't have an ironclad alibi, huh? You.
Me? Why?
Mr. Beckwith stood in your path for promotion.
But I haven't been promoted yet.
Yet. Mr. Trask was a most formidable competitor.
You admit I have an alibi, and I know I didn't do it.
Mr. Wilson, last time I asked you to think, to explore any angle, any glimmer, regardless of how crazy it might seem.
Well, nothing occurs to me.
Well, could you advance any theory why two men, both of whom were known to you, should be mysteriously murdered within the same week? Could you?
Could I? Could I say I suspect my friend Chappie of being a professional killer? All I have to do is say that. The lieutenant will counter with why did I use him? But I didn't use him. I didn't know for a fact that Chappie is killer. I still don't know. Don't I? He is. He is, and I used him. I needs him. The fact is, I would have killed Beckwith for his job, and I would have killed Trask for the Webster account. I would have, if I could. But I can't kill. So I used Chappie, just as I depended on him to kill for me back in the war. No, Lieutenant, you're right. I'm your prime suspect. But the case has to be closed. Excuse me, Lieutenant. Yes?
Roger, what are you doing right now?
I'm in a meeting, Mr. Struthers.
Well, when you're finished, go outside in the corridor and see the new name that's being painted on what used to be Beckwith's store.
Mr. Struthers.
Webster called me personally. He told me that we were getting his business thanks to your efforts. He thinks very highly of you.
Sir, I don't know how to thank you.
Well, I know how you can thank me. Double our value.
Well, Mr. Wilson?
Huh?
Does anything at all occur to you?
No, Lieutenant. I'm sorry. I don't have the faintest idea why those two men could have been killed.
Hello?
Dolly?
Roger, are you at the airport?
Yes, I'm at the airport in Kansas City.
Roger, it's my birthday.
I know, but I had to close this deal.
You haven't been home in 2 weeks.
Look, I can't help it.
All right.
Listen, I'm sorry. I'll be home Tuesday, okay?
Okay. Hello?
Dolly,
Oh, what is it this time?
It's kind of overcast here in Atlanta, and I can't get out tonight. Dolly?
All right, Roger, where are you now?
Roger.
Oh, hello, Mr. Struthers.
I'm glad I caught you before you left. Now, we have to get to the airport.
Now?
This minute. There's a bad problem in Denver.
Tonight is my anniversary.
Congratulations. Now, do we have a file on...
Sir, my wife is waiting for me.
Call her up. Tell her something much more important has happened.
But, Mr. Struthers, I can't say that to my wife.
You can if it's the truth. Now, is it more important to drink some champagne in a nightclub than to protect your job?
Oh, Chappie.
Dolly?
Come in. Well, sit down. Have a drink?
Sure.
Roger's due home from Denver at 6. Unless
what?
Unless he calls at the last minute and says he has to go somewhere else. Chappie, I don't know what I'd have done without you to keep me company. You know, Roger has changed.
Yeah?
It's as if some demon has possessed him. It's that job of his. That's all he lives for. He certainly doesn't care about me anymore. You know, there are times when...
When what?
I better not say it.
You can say anything to me.
Even to you.
Go ahead.
There are times when I would like to kill him.
Yeah?
Well, here I am. Hello, Dolly. Honey. Hello, Chappie.
I'm glad you could make it, Roger. You sure you don't have anything more important to do?
Oh, come on, honey. You have to understand that my job makes demands.
Let's not start that again. You boys have a drink. I'll see about dinner.
Sure. Yeah, she can knock the job, all right, but you'll notice she has no objection to all the money. She's changed, Chappie. She's not the same sweet, understanding kid I married. She gets me so mad, I wish...
Yeah?
Forget it.
Sure?
There were times I wish I could kill her. Thanks for driving me out to the airport, Chappie.
Sure.
I know it's an imposition. Where would I get a cab at this hour of the night?
It's okay.
I couldn't ask Dolly to drive me. I mean, I wouldn't.
What's that noise in the engine?
I don't hear anything.
Oh, it sounds like something got loose. Better have a look. You want to hold the flashlight?
Do you know what to do? I mean, underneath that hood, it's all a mystery to me. Do you have any tools?
I only need one tool, Roger. I carry it with me all the time.
What's that?
A transformer.
Chappie, what are you going to do?
I'm going to make a transformation.
Chappie, you can't.
You know, Raj, I've been making transformations for the government, for personal clients, for friends. And now, for the first time in my life, I'm making one for me.
You're not going to kill me, Chappie.
No, I'm just going to transform you.
Why? Why?
Because Dolly asked me to.
But Dolly doesn't know.
She knows. Like you knew. That's why you kept asking, didn't you, Raj? Asking me to transform those guys.
But why? Why kill me?
Because she needs this transformation to make her happy. And so do I.
Chappie!
It won't hurt.
Oh!
And that morning, there was another headline. And Lieutenant Kaufman of Homicide was even more puzzled than ever. His only comfort might be derived from the fact that sometimes bad things occur in a series of 3. And if he can't find the killer, at least there won't be any more of those particular killings. I don't know. It all depends on what Dolly's needs are. I'll be back shortly. The game of death. It begins innocently enough in childhood and progresses into more and more serious variations as we grow older. Still, it must remain a game. After all, if you look at it, it has rules, it has penalties, and when it's over, everyone goes home and becomes friends again. Isn't that the story of the world? Aren't so many of yesterday's enemies today's bosom friends? It's all a question of changing, of evolving, and it goes on all the time. Our cast included Howard Da Silva, Terry Keane, Mandel Kramer, and Earl Hammond. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams.
And now, Mystery Theater.
Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. I would like to ask a question, to which I tell you in advance, I expect no answer. What is genius, and where does it come from? Genius is very rare, that much we do know. It is elusive and not immediately recognizable. It cannot be purchased, nor can it be cultivated. So, rare, intangible, and not to be acquired by any means, then when is it, and what is its source? Aware that I have asked the unanswerable, I present you now with the words of the Roman writer Plutarch, half a century before Christ. Genius is a deity.
Where is my angel, Doctor?
Your what?
My angel. I'm lost without my angel.
I don't think I quite understand.
I thought I saw her sitting on my typewriter. But when I sat down to work, Doctor, she wasn't there at all.
Our mystery drama, Fallen Angel, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Elspeth Eric and stars Ralph Bell. Our story concerns a writer. His name is Lawrence Maitland. Many think he's a genius. He thinks so himself. But genius or no, at the moment Lawrence Maitland is in serious trouble.
What went wrong? Something went wrong. What? What am I doing here? What kind of a place is this? How did I get here? I can't remember a thing. Oh, good Lord. What's happened to my memory? I can't live if anything's happened to my memory.
Yes, come in, please.
Dr. Kramer?
Yes?
I'm Jack Brody.
Oh, yes, Mr. Brody, come in. You wanted to talk to me about Mr. Maitland?
Yeah. Well, it all started in my place, you know. And Mr. Maitland ain't just a customer. He's like a friend, too.
Mm-hmm. Did he come to your place often, Mr. Brody?
Yeah, all the time. He never went no place else. When I say all the time, I mean when he was drinking, you know. But he wasn't always drinking. But there was months at a time he didn't drink at all.
A periodic drinker.
Yeah, well, he went on bendage, you know, 2, 3, maybe 4 times a year.
And always at your place?
Yeah, right.
Well, why was that, do you suppose?
Well, I don't know. He wouldn't be recognized there. Not very likely. It's near the waterfront, you know. We don't get people from Mr. Maitland's kind of background as a rule.
Mm-hmm.
Well, him and I got to be what you might call friends. I mean, he knew I'd look after him.
How?
Well, when he'd get himself really boozed up, I'd call his taxi for him.
His taxi?
Yeah, it's the same one every time. The driver's a guy named Ivan Kaplan. He was like a friend of Maitland's, too. Ivan would take him home and get him to bed. And lots of times without even waking Mrs. Maitland up. He just knew what to do.
Yes, Mrs. Maitland told me. Would you care to tell me just what happened that night?
Morning. It was in the morning. About 11 o'clock, that's when I opened up. And, well, the place was empty when he come in. I hadn't seen him in some time, but I wasn't exactly surprised. I knew sooner or later he'd show up.
Hi, Jack.
Hey, Mr. Maitland.
I thought you'd never open up.
Well, never before 11, you know that. Well, what's your pleasure?
You know damn well what I drink. Make it a double.
Right. Water with it?
Beer on the side.
Well, it's your liver.
What's that? Who came in?
Customer. Yes, sir?
Beer?
Draft?
Please.
Hey, Jack. I need another drink here.
Yes, sir. Be right with you, Mr. Mason.
Now. Right now.
You want the same?
The same exactly. No, wait. I still have some beer left.
Double?
I said the same, didn't I? Who's that man? Enter the bar with a beer.
Him? I think his name is Jones.
You know him?
Well, just over the bar.
He keeps staring at me.
Huh? Well, maybe he knows you from someplace.
Impossible. I never knew anybody like that.
Maybe he's seen your picture in the paper. I've seen it a few times. Hey, maybe he caught you on the TV, huh?
Cheap publicity. My publisher thinks it's important.
Well, sells books, probably.
My books sell themselves.
Yeah, well...
Jones. Is that his real name?
That's what he told me. I think he said Jones.
Don't you know?
Look, it's none of my business. He says his name is Jones. As far as I'm concerned, his name is Jones.
Well, tell you Jones to stop staring at me.
No, I don't think he's staring at you, Mr. Maitland. Look, what if he is? It don't mean nothing.
That's what you think. He's getting up.
Occasional beer is all he drinks.
He's coming over here.
Now, Mr. Maitland, come on.
He thinks he's going to start anything.
He wouldn't do that.
Well, how do you know? You don't even know him.
Excuse me.
Mr. Jones.
Get him away from me.
I was wondering if you'd care
Get
to
him away.
have a drink.
No, Mr. Jones,
You
come
dirty
on.
little punk.
I just want
Don't
to...
tell me. I know what you want. I know all about you.
Please.
Disgusting.
Let go of me.
Mr. Maitland, come on. Come on, bring it
I
up
want to
here.
kill you.
Please.
You don't deserve to live.
Hey, what's that? Are you crazy? What'd you do that for?
I had to hit him. He's a maniac.
Well, he didn't hurt you, did he?
I'm calling the police. Guys like that, I know their type. I'm getting the police. You keep him right here.
He ain't going no place. He's passed out cold. Well, the Jones character was back in a flash with a cop. Mr. Maitland was okay by then. Well, pretty okay.
Mm-hmm.
He'd taken a cockeyed swipe at Jones, and Jones swings back, and he fell and hit his head. He talked plain enough, but he repeated himself a lot.
Kept asking what happened?
Yeah, just like in the movies. And where's my angel?
Angel?
Yeah. Naturally, I thought he meant his wife, so I went and phoned her. And meanwhile, they booked him at the station house for disorderly conduct, and Jones said he was going to sue for assault and battery. So Mrs. Maitland showed up. I thought she'd take him home, but she didn't. So she brought him to this place.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think she did the right thing.
Yeah, well, why not a hospital?
He doesn't really need a hospital at this point. He's better off here.
I can't get over the yellow sheets. Buttercup yellow. And with the sun shining on them, very cheery. Very... It's hard to be depressed on yellow sheets. Is that the idea? Am I in some kind of asylum? A mental institution? Oh, Lord. That'll make some kind of a headline. Lawrence Maitland, America's foremost novelist, confined to a mental institution. But how? Why? Who did it to me? Who put me here? Pauline? Oh, why would Pauline do that? She's got no reason. No reason. Except to get rid of me. Oh, yes, there's always that. That would be the reason. Yes, who is it?
Good morning, Mr. Maitland.
Who are you?
I'm Dr. Kramer. Max Kramer. How are you feeling?
I feel fine. What is this place? Some kind of a nut house? Who put me here?
It's a sanitarium. Your wife brought you here after a minor fracas in a barroom and a brief appearance in front of a judge.
I've been in jail?
Only very briefly.
For what?
Oh, creating a disturbance and assaulting a man who threatens to sue you.
What man?
I only know his name is Jones.
How do you know that much?
The bartender told me.
Jack Brody, you talk to Jack?
He seems to know you quite well.
I do all my drinking at Jack's.
Why? There are more attractive places.
Jack's my friend. He looks after me.
Why should anyone have to look after you?
Sometimes I drink too much. Not often, but sometimes. Rest of the time, I don't drink at all. I'm not an alcoholic, in case that's what you're kicking around in that candy little brain of yours. I do not have a drinking problem. It's just that once I take a drink, I can't stop.
Oh, I see.
What are you smiling at?
Well, you've just handed me an accurate description of an alcoholic. One for whom a single drink is too much and 100 not enough.
Well, that about sums it up, I guess. Well, go ahead, ask me.
Ask you what?
Why do you drink, Mr. Maitland? You who have everything, talent, even genius, success, acclaim, looks, charm.
Do you have charm?
Well, a certain amount. Don't I? Women seem to think so.
That must be very gratifying.
Not that I take advantage of it. I don't. Because I happen to have a very beautiful, very exceptional wife. You'll see when you meet her.
Mrs. Maitland and I have already met.
You have?
Yes, she's the one who put up bail for you and brought you here. She's been here every day.
Well?
Well, what?
Isn't she everything I said? And very clever, besides?
Well, we've only talked, she and I, half a dozen times, and mainly about you.
Well, she could tell you a lot, if she wanted to.
About why you drink too much?
About lots of things.
I'd rather you told me.
I drink when I can't write. When my angel deserts me. When she's with me, I write. When she won't come near me, I don't. I drink.
Well, your wife didn't give me that impression at all.
Well, what does my wife know about it?
Well, you said when she's with you.
My angel isn't my wife, Doctor. Is that what you thought?
Well, the way you talked about her, I'm sorry.
My angel... Well, she's my angel. Created by God. Or don't you believe in God?
Well, let's keep talking about what you believe.
Well, angels are not necessarily created by God. Actually, I doubt that mine was. Some angels are beings elevated to their celestial status by their intelligence, their extraordinary intelligence. But they are composed of heavenly matter. There's no doubt about that. They mediate, at least mine does, between me and the God force. I do believe in the God force, don't you? And my angel puts me in contact with the God force. And I write. I write like an angel. You've probably heard that said of me. Or read it someplace.
I don't do a lot of reading outside my own specialty.
And what specialty is that, pray tell?
Psychiatry.
Oh. Would you like to analyze me, Dr. Kramer?
Would you be interested in being psychoanalyzed?
Not if it would take away my genius.
No, I don't think it would do that.
And it's supposed to make you normal, adjusted, able to integrate with the group? Isn't that the idea?
No, it's supposed to help you make the best possible use of whatever abilities you have.
I have the ability to write, and I write, like an angel.
Sometimes.
When my angel is with me.
Other times you drink to excess.
And you think you could find out why I do that?
I think together we might be able to find out.
I'll think about it. If it worked, I wouldn't need my angel anymore.
Perhaps not. Or perhaps you'd give her another name.
I'd like to be able to write whenever I felt like it. Write well, I mean.
Would you like to have a typewriter sent up to your room?
What good would a typewriter do till my angel comes back?
Well, perhaps I should have one sent up anyway, just in case.
If you want to. No. By the way.
Yes?
You said my wife had been to see me?
Yes, every day.
Today?
She's downstairs right now. Would you like to see her?
I think so.
Well, I'll ask her to come up.
Oh, doctor.
Yes?
Are you in love with my wife?
Am I what?
It's a simple question. Are you in love with Pauline? That's my wife's name, Pauline. Are you in love with her?
I'll ask her to come up.
He is, of course. But is Pauline in love with him?
Genius penetrates to the essential truth of whatever it concerns itself with. Genius does not stop with description, but goes on to revelation. It paints or composes or puts into words truths that lesser mortals could never discover by themselves. Is our protagonist, Mr. Lawrence Maitland, a genius or no more than a talented writer? I'll be back shortly with Act Two. Mr. Lawrence Maitland, you may remember, discovered himself in a large, airy room not his own, which he rightly deduced to be one of many in a mental institution to which he had been brought after assaulting a stranger in a bar. Dr. Max Kramer, chief psychiatrist of the asylum, after a friendly chat with his new patient, was startled to be asked if he, the doctor, was in love with the patient's wife.
Doctor.
Mrs. Maitland?
How is Lawrence today?
Better. Much better.
Oh, I'm so glad.
He can go home if he wants to.
Really?
Only I hope he doesn't want to.
Why do you say that?
Because I couldn't guarantee that what happened in Jack's bar wouldn't happen again. And perhaps again.
But why did it happen? I mean, to hit a man who'd never done him any harm, a man he didn't even know.
Mrs. Maitland, there are no easy answers.
Oh, I know that.
Everybody says I know that, but everybody goes on looking for easy answers.
Yes, I'm sure that's true, but still
But still, you'd like an easy answer.
You're reading my mind, Doctor.
Is your mind so different from other minds?
No. But his is, Dr. Kramer. Lawrence has a mind that is, well, it's quite different. He knows things that other people don't know.
Like what?
Haven't you read his books?
Well, I have meant to, but there's so much reading I must do. I haven't got around to it.
Oh, but you must. They're like revealed truth. Like the best parts of the Bible, if I'm not being profane.
Not to me, you're not.
Well, I'd read all his books before I met him, all those that had been published up to that time, and then when I met him, I felt like a schoolgirl sitting at the feet of a master. Just to be near him was to be near the fount of all wisdom, all truth.
How old are you, Mrs. Maitland?
Why, I'm 37.
How long have you and Mr. Maitland been married?
10 years.
And do you still feel like a schoolgirl? Are you still sitting at the feet of the master?
Well, yes, I do. I am.
I don't think that's a very healthy way for a woman of 37 to feel. I think a woman of 37 should have formulated her own thoughts about wisdom and truth.
Well, I never thought I never tried. I mean, I don't really know anything.
You know a great deal.
I don't know why you say that, really.
Because everyone knows a great deal. I'm not trying to flatter you. Everyone knows a great deal until he or she starts taking the word of someone else on faith. That's when the intelligence falters, when we start believing what's told us instead of what we feel to be true.
Well, I think I see what you mean.
Well, now, we were talking about your husband, weren't we? He can go home if he wants to.
Does he want to?
He seems somewhat interested in being psychoanalyzed.
Really? He's never been interested before, quite the contrary.
Well, I can't say how serious he is about it now. But the incident in the bar, the fact that the man, Jones, I think his name is suing him for assault and battery, it puts a different light on things. Or it should. Of course, he has something the rest of us don't have. He has his angel.
He told you about that?
Oh, yes. It seems his angel has temporarily deserted him.
Oh, it's Lawrence's way of talking.
I don't think so. I think he believes he has an angel, a real angel. You and I perhaps would call it his ability to write. But if he wants to call it his angel, well, you know, at first I thought he meant you, Mrs. Maitland.
Oh, for heaven's sakes, why would you think that?
I don't know. I just did.
Well, perhaps I'd better go up and see him now, if you say it's all right.
Yes. Quite all right.
What did Pauline tell him about me? That I'm a rotten husband? A worse lover? She could have said anything, true or not true. Told him everything I've ever said, everything I've ever done. Would she do that? The very intimate things? Oh, not likely. Not Pauline. Not that she'd be trying to spare me. She'd be trying to spare herself. Pauline can't stand truth. Not the way I can.
Pauline, may I come in?
If you dare. Welcome to the crazy
Oh,
room.
now, Lawrence.
Oh, we don't say crazy anymore. We say disturbed, don't we? Neurotic?
Dr. Kramer says you're much better.
Oh, he does. Dr. Kramer says, does he?
Well, he says that you can come home if you want to.
Does Dr. Kramer say that?
Yes.
Any other little quotes from Dr. Kramer you'd like to give me while you're here?
Lawrence, please. He's your doctor.
And what's he to you?
What? The very same as he is to you. Your doctor. A very good doctor who's trying to help.
That's all?
Of course that's all.
Are you in love with him, Pauline?
With the doctor? With Dr. Kramer?
Yes, with Dr. Kramer.
Of course not.
I already know that he's in love with you.
But you don't know anything of the sort.
But I can't tell if you're in love with him until I see you together. Then I'll know.
Well, I can tell you right now.
Maitland?
Yes, what?
It's me, Jack Brody.
What do you want, Jack?
I got something for you.
What?
This doctor asked me when I bring it up.
What is it?
Lawrence, ask him to come in.
It's heavy. Can I come in?
Okay, come in.
He weighs a ton.
What? It's a typewriter.
Where should I put it?
Here, this bureau ought to hold it.
Okay. The doctor said take it right out of his own office. It's his. There you are.
Wasn't that nice of the doctor?
Yeah.
I'm Mrs. Maitland.
Oh, I'm Jack Brody. I'm a friend of your husband's.
A very good friend, I know.
Yeah, well, you think maybe you'll write something, Mr. Maitland?
Well, it might be the best thing in the world for you, darling.
You knock off a masterpiece, huh? Could happen.
But maybe we ought to leave the room, Mr. Brody.
Yeah, maybe we ought to. Nice to have met you, Mrs. Maitland.
Well, I'm very glad to have met you, Mr. Brody.
Yeah, unfortunate circumstances and all that. You coming too, Miss Maitland?
I might as well.
Now, Pauline, wait. Don't go.
Well, all right, dear.
This is for you.
You want me to read it now?
Take it.
Well, as a rule, he never wants me to read anything until it's finished.
It's finished. Take it.
Lawrence!
What's the matter, Miss Maitland?
You didn't... Well, you couldn't have written this, not you. You couldn't have. I won't believe it.
Let me see it. Don't tear it up. Let me see it.
You've never written like this before, never.
We were standing right here. But this is... You wrote this stuff for your wife? This is gutter stuff.
He couldn't have meant it.
It's disgusting. It's vile. I never read anything so repulsive.
It's not like him. He's sick.
He's worse than sick. He's rotten. He's decayed.
No, he's ill.
Whatever. Listen, Mr. Maitland, let me tell you something. Don't you ever set your foot inside my bar again. You hear me? You understand what I'm saying? I don't want you in my place ever again.
You don't mean that, Jack.
I mean it. You show your face and I'll smash it in.
You're my friend, Jack.
No more. I was your friend, but no more. Now, you stay away from me.
Well, where am I supposed to go?
You really want to know? Huh?
I have to go someplace. I have to have some... Now, Jack, don't turn against me. Don't stop being my friend.
I already stopped. Any man can write that rotten stuff and show it to his wife. Boy, and you call yourself a genius?
Well, what am I supposed to do? Who's going to help me? There's only just one. And she won't.
Darling, I'm going to get Dr. Kramer. He'll know what to do. I'll be right back.
Where is my angel? Where did she go? She left me. And now they're all leaving me. All against me. All hating me. Why do they hate me so much? Because I have genius and they haven't? But that's not my fault. I didn't ask to be the way I am. It's not my fault that everyone's against me. Pauline's gone. Jack's gone. Everyone's gone. I'm alone. All alone. And my angel... Will I ever see her again? Now, who's that?
May I come in?
No. No one may come in.
It's
Pauline.
It's Dr. Kramer, Mr. Maitland.
Pauline, I want to explain to you about what I wrote on that piece of paper. Don't hate me for it. I don't want everyone to hate me. Anyway, not you, Pauline. Let me explain why I did what I did.
Go on, tell me.
You see, as soon as I saw the typewriter, I thought my angel was sitting on the carriage return lever. You know, the way she used to. You remember, Pauline?
I don't think I do. Tell me.
Well, maybe you never saw her, but certainly I've told you often enough. Oh, really, Pauline?
I'm not Pauline, Mr. Maitland. Don't you know that?
Pauline, it looked like my angel. At least I thought it did, and oh, I was so relieved. She's come back to me, and now I can go on living. And so, you see, I started to type. You and Jack were still in the room. I remember that, but it didn't bother me. You were making small talk. It didn't matter. My angel and I were working together, you see? You do see, don't you, Pauline?
Go on.
And then you screamed at me.
Did I?
Oh, you know you did. And then Jack grabbed the paper out of your hand, and then he told me never to go near his place again. That's what I couldn't believe, Pauline, that Jack would turn against me. Now, you know what I've decided, Pauline?
Tell me.
That wasn't my angel who came and sat on the return lever.
No.
Oh, no. Now, listen, Pauline, that was the fallen angel. An angel who has fallen out of favor with God. An angel who has allied himself with Satan. Fallen angels are destructive, Pauline. Completely destructive. And this one means to destroy me.
How is one to tell a true angel from one who has fallen from grace? Since both have miraculous powers, how is one to accept the ministrations of the one and resist the machinations of the other? Speaking for myself, I find myself modestly grateful that I have never been visited by any angel whatsoever of either kind. I'll be back shortly with Act 3. When we left Lawrence Maitland, he was explaining to Dr. Max Kramer, psychiatrist, why he had written a page of obscene prose and handed it to his shocked and horrified wife. While his explanation may have sounded bizarre to the psychiatrist's ear, no less bizarre was Maitland's conviction that he was talking not to his doctor, but to his wife. However, several days have now passed.
Yes, Jan? Oh. Well, ask Mr. Jones to step into my office, please. Mr. Jones. Now, why would he... Mr. Jones?
Dr. Kramer?
Yes. Come in, please.
Thank you.
Have a chair.
Thank you.
My girl said you wanted to see me about Mr. Lawrence Maitland.
Well, they told me at the police station he was here.
Yes, he is.
How is he?
Ooh, coming along?
I'm glad of that. He's such a very great writer.
So I'm told by many people, including Mr. Maitland himself. But you didn't come here to discuss Mr. Maitland's literary gifts?
No, of course not. I came to tell you about that the most unfortunate incident at Jack's bar. Has he told you why he took a swing at me?
No, he hasn't.
Possibly he doesn't know.
Possibly.
But I know.
Yes?
He thought I was about to make a homosexual advance.
Oh.
Definitely. And I wasn't.
Oh.
Although I am a homosexual.
Yes, I see.
You see, I work as a bank teller, but most of my spare time is spent reading and sometimes writing, in a despairing sort of way.
Why despairing?
Well, because I don't think I'm really very good at it, and I don't suppose I ever will be. So when I saw Lawrence Maitland, the great Lawrence Maitland, sitting at the same bar at 11 o'clock in the morning, I thought, well, maybe if I could just talk to him for half an hour. I don't know what I thought, what I expected. Encouragement, maybe a pointer or two. I really don't know. But not what he thought I wanted.
Well, was there anything else?
Well, yes, I wondered if I might see Mr. Maitland for just a minute or two. I have something rather important to tell him, but not what I just told you, no, something else.
I see.
Something that, well, might make him feel a little better.
Well, in that case, I don't see why not.
Oh, he's such a great man, Mr. Maitland. Such a very great writer. It seems such a pity.
Such a pity, yes. Jane, is Mrs. Maitland here yet? Oh, she is? Well, ask her to come in, please. Such a pity. Oh, come in, Mrs. Maitland, come in.
Thank you. How is Lawrence?
Much better.
Oh, good. May I see him?
There's someone with him now.
Oh, not Jack from the bar?
No.
I didn't think so.
Mrs. Maitland, I think it's about time I gave you some kind of diagnosis of your husband's condition. A very tentative one, you understand, but, well, let's call it an educated guess, all right?
All right.
Your husband is paranoid, Mrs. Maitland. Not chronically so, only intermittently. Do you know what paranoid means, Mrs. Maitland?
Suspicious, feeling persecuted?
Correct. Paranoia is a mental disorder characterized by delusions of persecution and of one's own greatness. Do you follow me?
I think so, only you sound so...
So what?
So severe. I'm not used to... Well, never mind.
Well, I don't mean to sound severe.
It's all right. But, Dr. Kramer, Lawrence is a great man. That's not a delusion.
No one knows with exactitude what a great man is.
Well, what's to be done, Doctor? I can't just abandon him.
Well, psychoanalysis might help.
Would he do that, do you think?
He might.
Should I talk to him about it?
It's better that I should.
I wouldn't know what to say, really.
I'll talk to him as soon as his present visitor leaves.
You never told me who his visitor is. I can't imagine who'd come to see him, who'd even know that he's here.
It's the man Jones. The man he tried to knock down in Jack's bar.
Who is it? May I come in, Mr. Maitland?
Who are you?
I'm Jason Jones, Mr. Maitland.
Who?
From the other night, a couple of weeks ago. Jack's bar?
I took a swing at you.
Yes, you did.
I must have been drunk.
Not so very.
Well, sit down if you want to.
Well, thank you.
What can I do for you?
Why, I don't know exactly. Teach me how to write?
In one afternoon?
I was only kidding.
Not in a lifetime. Matter of fact, I'm having a little trouble right now with my own writing. You see, my angel's gone away.
Who? Who's gone away?
My angel. The one who sits on my typewriter.
Oh.
You want to write? Get yourself an angel.
And how do I go about doing that?
Lord knows. They come when they please. And they go when they please. Mine has gone.
I've dropped the charges against you for assault and battery. I'm not going to bring suit.
Well, that's damn nice of you, Jones. Thank you.
I don't think a man of your greatness should be dragged into court.
I quite agree.
So, well, that's about all. I just wanted you to know. I don't want to tire you.
It's quite all right. Come back again sometime.
Thank you. Mr. Maitland, if I might make a suggestion?
Yes, go right ahead.
Don't be afraid of people like me. I mean, if we want to buy you a drink in a bar or talk to you, don't be afraid.
Afraid? What's he talking about? Afraid of what? Afraid of somebody like him? People like him? And what's there to be afraid of? Now, who is it?
Dr. Kramer.
Oh, you. Come on in.
You, talked to Jones?
Yeah. He's dropping charges against me.
Very nice of him.
I thought so. I thanked him.
Next time, the man you hit may not be so obliging or so admiring.
What next time?
It may very well happen again.
It never happened before.
The disease hadn't progressed that far.
What disease?
Paranoia. A progressive disease.
You mean it gets worse?
Inevitably.
Well, what do I do about it?
Well, there are various things, but in your case, I believe I'd suggest psychoanalysis.
We talked about that before.
I think it might help you a great deal.
Okay. When do we start?
We?
You and I. When do we start analyzing why I do the things I do?
Not you and I, Mr. Maitland.
Why not?
Well, the patient must feel sure that he likes the analyst. I mean by that he has no immediate, no instinctive antagonisms toward the doctor.
I have no antagonisms toward you.
Yes, but...
So what's holding us up?
I can't accept you as a patient.
Why not?
Because...
Now, you've got to give me a reason. You can't just brush me off.
Because I'm in love with your wife. I don't know how or when or why it happened, but it happened.
I was right.
When you asked me, did I love your wife, it was not true then. It came later.
It was true then. I knew because I am Lawrence Maitland, and I know these things. Doctor, I'd like to be alone for a while, if you don't mind.
Of course. We'll talk more later.
Perhaps we will. Perhaps. Goodbye, Doctor.
Goodbye. If you need to talk to me...
I don't think so.
Well, in that case, what was that?
What was what?
I thought I heard something.
Oh, did you hear her, too?
Her?
My angel. She's back.
She is?
Can't you see her? She's sitting on the typewriter.
I can't say that I do see her. Not really.
No. I don't suppose you can. Be so good as to close the door behind you, Doctor. I really have to get to work.
Tell me, John Matthias, someone is supposed to have said to the man who came to be called St. John of the Cross, how do you write your wonderful canticles? To which the poet priest replied, sometimes God helps me, and sometimes I do it by myself. If the true men of genius can give no more satisfactory answer than that, what in the name of heaven can you expect of me? I'll be back shortly. If you like a story nicely rounded out, as I admit I do, I can tell you this much. It was several years before Dr. Kramer and Pauline Maitland married, but marry they did. As for Lawrence Maitland, I don't know what kind of therapy he received, or indeed if he received any at all. I do know that he went on writing to the end of his days. And I suppose his little angel went on sitting on the carriage return lever of his typewriter. Of course she did. Else, how could he write? Our cast included Ralph Bell, Court Benson, Joe Silver, Jack Grimes, and Carol Teitel. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams.
And now, Mystery Theater.
Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. Do little girls still dream of growing up and becoming queens? Probably not. Queens are no longer glamorous. And yet, there is a country in this world where a queen still holds power, where she rules as well as reigns, an absolute monarch who holds her throne by divine right. A queen whose smile may mean life, and whose frown can mean death.
I'm afraid I must insist, Miss Dennison. I'll be forced to kill you.
You can't kill me.
How can you say that?
Because you don't exist.
Miss Dennison, I do exist.
No, you don't. Because this is a dream.
You are not dreaming. This knife is real. Death is real.
Never in a dream. At the last split second, I always wake up. No one was ever killed in a dream.
If you insist on dying, it's your fault.
You stabbed me. Oh, why don't I wake up? Why don't I wake up? Why?
Our mystery drama, The Queen of Darkness, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Sam Dan and stars Julie Harris. Statistics say that many of them have problems making a living. The record shows that even the successful ones burn out quickly. And yet, we have no shortage of actors and actresses. By acting, we mean that mysterious magical force which creates in an audience the almost religious conviction that the performer on stage is the embodiment of a living truth. Josephine Dennison is such an actress. Some say she was born with the gift. Others claim it was refined and purified by long years of tedious application. Does it matter? Josephine Dennison only knows this. She is 38 years old, and she is out of work. Well, she's been out of work before, but never has she been so absolutely, completely, and totally out of work as she is right now.
Joe, you've had it.
Don't say that.
I have to say that. You're washed up, through, finished.
How could this happen to me? It's ridiculous. I'm a good actress.
You're a great actress. I don't know why it happens. It's just... Joe, you know the only call I had for you in the last week?
Somebody wanted me?
Some clown, some character wanted you to be the queen in some pageant.
And you turned it down.
Joe, you played Joan of Arc. You've done Shakespeare. What are you supposed to do now? Go back to cheesecake like some winner in a beauty contest?
If that's all there is.
If you need money to pay the rent, I'm always...
I don't need money. I need a job. Jimmy, what kind of queen was I supposed to be, and who wanted me?
Some phony. You could tell by looking at him. A smooth talker. I think he was some kind of foreigner.
But what was it about?
We'll never know. I threw him out of the office.
Jimmy, I'll do anything. You know how it is.
Yeah, I know how it is. But you don't.
Well, I don't want to take up any more of your time.
I just don't know what's the matter. I can't figure people out. I don't know why these things happen.
Well, don't feel so bad, Jimmy. Sooner or later, the longest streak of luck, good or bad, has to change.
Quit dreaming, Joe.
Don't tell me to stop dreaming, Jimmy. What else is left? What? Why are my lights on?
Good evening, Miss Dennison.
Who are you? How did you get into my apartment? What do you want?
You have just asked me a complex question. It consists of 3 parts.
Just tell me.
Of course. I will tell you everything. In good time.
What do you mean in good time?
My dear Miss Dennison, I am a native of a civilized country. One does not boorishly blurt out one's business upon initial confrontation. Americans seem to have so little time for the ceremonies, the niceties. I am here to offer you a job.
You'll have to speak to my agent.
I have spoken to your agent. The man is an idiot.
Are you a theatrical producer?
No.
What are you?
I am a Grand Duke.
A what?
I am the Grand Duke Arsan of Dalran.
Dalran?
Well, surely you have heard of my country?
Oh, I think so. What do you want with me?
First, we shall have dinner. You must be my guest.
I don't feel like going anywhere.
We shall dine here.
I don't want to sound inhospitable, but I have nothing in the house. Wait a minute.
Yes. Sniff again. That heavenly aroma is coming from your own kitchen.
But how?
My servants are preparing a feast fit for a queen. Raina, Loro, wheel in the table at once.
I can't believe it. None of this can be happening.
Trust the evidence of your senses, my dear.
But what is the meaning?
The wine will grow warm and the food become cold later. Right now, we must perform a ritual, Miss Dennison. We shall celebrate dinner. May I fill your glass?
No, thank you. I've had enough of everything.
I hope you have enjoyed your dinner.
I've read of feasts like this, but I never thought...
Would you care to dine this way every night?
No, I don't think I could stand it.
You could learn.
Your Highness, or Your Excellency, is it?
No, our son is good enough.
Is it permissible to talk about business now?
Entirely appropriate. You are wondering why I am here.
Let's say I'm at least mildly curious.
You know very little about my country.
Well, that's true.
But my country knows a great deal about you. Do you know you are the most popular actress in Dalran?
Oh, you're joking. I haven't been in a movie in almost 4 years.
How about your television series was...
Well, why must we talk about dead things?
Everything in which you ever appeared lives, flourishes in Dalran.
Do you know what all this is? It's a dream.
No, Miss Dennison.
Yes, it's a dream.
Miss Dennison, I assure you I am real.
Oh, please. Now, be good enough to hear me out. Besides, this is my dream, and I should like to do some of the talking.
But why do you insist you are dreaming?
Because I need this dream. I must have this fantasy. You see, I have reached what can only be considered the nadir of my existence.
Nonsense.
Oh, you're very kind, but the handwriting is on the wall. We simply disappear. Some of us drop by the wayside as soldiers fall in battle, victims of random misfortune, and now it seems a whole new generation of producers has come along, and they never heard of me.
I insist that you listen to me. You are practically worshipped in Dalran.
Of course.
Yeah, see what I have in this folder. Newspaper clippings, magazine articles. You cannot read Dalranese, but you can make out your name and you can certainly recognize your pictures.
Certainly.
What do you say now?
I say it's significant.
Let me tell you about the job I wish to offer you.
No, not now. Right now, I'm tired. I'm even too tired to dream anymore.
Very well, then. I shall call on you tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow. You do that. Call on me tomorrow.
Joe.
Oh?
Joe, wake up. It's noontime.
Oh, Sally.
You've got to get up. You should be making the rounds. Or you should be out there roiling the waters.
What are you doing here, Sally?
The show folded.
Well, why don't you go to your own place?
My marriage folded, too. He gets custody of the apartment. Do you mind if I move in with you for a while?
Oh, let me go back to sleep. I was having such a fantastic dream.
And say, what kind of party did you have here last night?
Party?
Yeah, the kitchen. It's loaded with champagne.
Champagne?
And in the refrigerator, caviar and steaks.
What are you talking about?
And there's an enormous basket of fresh fruit and...
Sally!
What's the matter?
I'm dreaming. I'm still dreaming.
Oh, how can you be dreaming? You're wide awake.
No, I am dreaming, and you're part of it. Now, let me get out of bed. I'll prove it. Come with me.
Prove what?
Prove this is a dream. Sure. Here they are. They're still here. Look at these papers, these magazines.
Say, what language is that?
A phony language from a phony country that I'm dreaming about. Dalran. Did you ever hear of Dalran?
Well, I can't read this, but I see your pictures. Oh, you must be the hottest property in that country. Here you thought you were all washed up. I told you. You must never quit on yourself.
I know. That's why I'm dreaming. Answer it.
Oh, it has to be for you.
Oh, go ahead. If it keeps ringing, it'll wake me up, and this dream is too beautiful to lose right now.
Hello?
Is Miss Dennison at home?
Is that the Grand Duke Arsène?
Who's calling, please?
The Grand Duke Arsène.
Joe, how did you know?
It's my dream. I know everything. I'll speak with him.
But, Joe, you're not...
Hello?
Miss Dennison, would it be convenient to come by and discuss an important matter of business, say, in about an hour?
Let me consult my calendar. Yes. It so happens I shall be free.
In an hour, then.
Oh, one moment, sir. I assume you wish to discuss an acting assignment.
Of course.
You should be apprised of the fact that my minimum fee is $25,000 in advance.
Of course.
In exactly 1 hour, then, I shall grant you an interview.
Joe, what were you saying?
Does it matter? What do I have to lose? It's only a dream.
I think you ought to see a doctor.
And so, we should like you to come to Dalran to be the star of our millennia.
Your what?
Your country has merely approached its bicentennial. Mine is celebrating the 1,000th year of our holy monarchy.
I see.
The greatest moment of our history occurred when our first queen was crowned 1,000 years ago. Her immortal speech is memorized by every schoolchild. Someone had the idea to have an actress portray our legendary empress, and at first everyone shouted, "Blasphemy!" But then I said, let us invite Josephine Dennison, who is idolized by our population.
How can I deliver this speech? I can't speak your language.
Oh, you are an actress with a marvelous ear. You could recite it perfectly. On Saturday, you will appear before the country in our national network, in ceremonial robes, as Queen Amara.
That's the day after tomorrow, Joe.
Coronation Day.
Let us discuss my fee.
A certified check for $25,000 has already been deposited in your bank. The royal plane leaves at 7 this evening. You will be picked up here at 5. Good day.
Well, what do you say now? Still think you're dreaming?
Oh, come on. the Grand Duke Arslan, the kingdom of Dalran, the warrior queen. Oh, it's a crazy fantasy. Dream mixture of 1,000 plays I've been in or read.
Well, is it a dream or isn't it? Whatever it is, Josephine Dennison is in the grip of it. I'll be back with both dreams and realities in just a few moments. Every actress yearns for a dream part. But Josephine Dennison is convinced she is playing a part in a dream. But for an actress, the only reality is the theater. And so, awake or asleep, she is determined to prepare for the part of the Queen of Dalran. How does an absolute monarch hold her head, her shoulders? What is a regal smile, a royal frown, an imperial gesture?
Joe, don't you want to think about this?
Think about what?
Well, it's now just 10 minutes before noon. A man offers you a job.
He's not just a man. He's a Grand Duke.
In 5 hours, you'll be out of the country.
Well, what's the problem?
Well, shouldn't you check this out a bit more carefully? It's all happening too quickly. Suppose there's some danger involved here.
Sally, nothing can happen to me.
Why do you say that?
Because this is only a dream.
Look, Joe, call your bank. Ask if the money was deposited.
Of course it was.
Well, call them. Do me the favor.
Certainly. Is there anything else you want me to do?
Oh, please. Take this thing seriously.
Yes? Oh, Mr. Howland, please.
And also call Jimmy Higgins.
This is Miss Dennison. Has a deposit been made to my account today?
I know Jimmy hasn't done much for you lately.
Well, that's the understatement of the year. How much? A certified check for $25,000? Thank you. Oh, you should have heard the tone of absolute deference in that little flunky's voice. He made me feel like a queen. Just a minute. Yes?
Are you Miss Josephine Dennison?
Oh, well, that's hardly a flattering question to ask an actress.
I'm not in the flattery business.
Well, whatever business you're in, I'm afraid I don't have time to talk to you. I'm about to leave the country.
I'm in the intelligence business with your government.
I beg your pardon?
My name is Harold Foster. My credentials.
Oh, well, I'm impressed.
May I come in?
Well, I'll have to pack while we talk. Well, sit down anywhere.
Thank you. Miss Dennison, why are you going to Dalran?
Why is that your affair?
Your government is interested.
Why?
You're the first American private citizen who has been permitted to enter that country in 50 years.
Really?
Dalran is an absolute monarchy. The Queen rules by divine right. She holds the power of life and death.
Sounds medieval.
It is. Why are you going there?
I've been invited to appear in their millennial celebration, to play the part of their legendary queen.
I find that difficult to believe.
Do you? Why?
How would they ever have heard of you?
Mr. Foster, I admit I haven't been working lately, but I am a rather well-known actress.
The most famous actress in the world would still be unknown to the natives of Dalran.
And why do you say that, Mr. Foster?
Because the monarchy does not allow the import of any foreign films or books or publications of any sort.
How do you know?
Miss Dennison, it's a fact. The monarchy is afraid the pure and innocent and orthodox minds of the Dalranese will be subverted by dangerous democratic ideas.
But I have been informed that I am the favorite actress of the Dalranese. My films, my TV...
Impossible. No American film has ever been permitted to be shown there.
Suppose I were to tell you that the movie fan magazines in Dalran are constantly filled with articles about me.
It would be my sad duty to inform you that you're mistaken.
Why?
Because it's impossible. There are no movie fan magazines in Dalran.
There aren't?
Definitely not. We've been assured by our experts on Dalranese affairs that such trivial publications are banned in the interest of the state.
It's comforting to know that we have such knowledgeable experts. Would you care to look at these?
What are...
Well, obviously, these are Dalranese magazines. Obviously, they are about the movies. Obviously, those are my pictures.
But this is...
Yes?
May I take these back to the office?
Oh, certainly.
Miss Dennison, could you postpone your trip? There's something about this entire setup. I don't like it. I say this for your own safety.
What could happen to me?
Miss Dennison, I wish you would listen.
I have a commitment to appear before the cameras the day after tomorrow.
I'm asking you to wait.
And I'm asking you to tell me why.
Well, all I have to go on is my instinct as an intelligence officer.
Is your instinct worth $25,000?
I know it's a lot of money, but...
And even if they weren't paying me a nickel, I'd go no matter what.
I'm afraid I don't understand. Why?
It's very simple. The show must go on. Well, how do I look?
Magnificent. You are the queen, the warrior queen.
Why did you want me in costume?
It is not a costume, my dear. This is how every queen of Dalran has dressed since Amara the First. When we land at the airport, we shall be greeted by a guard of honor, a band, a crowd. You have no idea how popular you are in my country.
But a guard of honor?
Everyone knows you shall be portraying our ancient and holy queen, Amara.
Couldn't I just go quietly to my hotel and study my lines?
Let me hear you speak them again.
Ide me, ide tu, ide me, ishedu.
Ah, spoken like a native.
What does it mean?
Our first queen, our immortal Amara, stood triumphantly on the battlefield and said, "In God's name, I conquer. In God's name, I rule."
It's fantastic.
Home was never like this, was it?
Why are they so fond of me? Oh, no, it can't be the crowd. People bowing, kneeling. Why?
The millennium has begun. You are the ancient queen.
I never thought anything like this was possible.
You have never lived in a monarchy. Oh, but you must be tired. I shall radio the escort to move quickly.
Where am I staying?
As a royal guest, you must stay at the palace.
Oh, it's the most magnificent room I've ever seen.
I'm sure you must be very tired.
I am. Strange. You can get tired of dreaming. I hope I don't wake up before my great speech.
Everything you will need is here. And this is Tekla. She does not speak a word of English, but you will find her a splendid maid.
Why, she's beautiful with her looks and, well, she could go far.
In Dalran, one follows the fortunes of one's family. For 1,000 years, the women in her family were servants.
But that's...
That's an excellent arrangement. People know their place. They know who they are, what they are, what's required of them. Thus we have no problems of identity, no feelings of insecurity.
I think that's ridiculous.
Well, obviously we differ. Till tomorrow?
Good night. Tekla. Is that your name?
Tekla.
Well, I don't think I'll need anything, so you're free to go. Oh, I forget you don't speak English.
I speak English.
Oh, well, that's great.
I want culture. In my mother's time, culture people speak French. Before then, culture people speak German. Today, culture people speak English. Even you, even Queen, you do not speak Daran. You speak English.
Did you say I was the Queen?
I work hard to get job in palace. So one day I can kill you.
What are you saying?
For 1,000 years, you and nobility have oppressed common people. Now, you pay.
But I'm not, look, I'm not, I'm a movie actress.
What is movie actress?
I am Josephine Dennison. I'm Dalran's favorite actress.
You are Queen Amara. I will kill you.
Hey, put down that knife.
In name of the people.
All right, I might just as well get out of the stream right now.
I kill you in name of freedom.
Why don't I wake up? Oh, why don't I wake up?
Why doesn't she wake up? There can be only one reason. Perhaps she wasn't asleep in the first place. One thing should be obvious. It's a hazardous business to impersonate a queen in a country like Dalran, where evidently they take these things quite seriously. I'll be back shortly with Act 3. There are people who find excitement in dreams. The dream world can be filled with the most dangerous hazards, and these can be faced boldly, resolutely, without hesitation. Because, after all, what can happen? At the point where one falls into the sea among the ravenous sharks, or the split second before the bullet enters the brain, or the knife pierces the heart, one wakes up and is saved. Josephine Dennison has been counting on being rescued by reality, but she has already taken the point of the knife, and there is blood and pain. And either she isn't waking up, or she's been wide awake all the time.
No! Don't!
No, I cannot. I see blood. I cannot murder.
Oh, get me a handkerchief. Some cold water.
Take the knife. Kill me. Kill me. I deserve to die.
Now, nobody's going to die. Oh, what am I doing here? Why don't I wake up?
For years, I have planned to kill the queen, to free the people.
I'm not dreaming.
But when I see blood, I have no courage. Oh, kill me. Kill me, Your Majesty.
Oh, shut up, will you?
I have raised my hand to my ruler. I must die.
Now, that's enough. I'm not the queen. You know me. I'm Josephine Dennison.
Josephine Dennison?
Yes, your favorite actress. The biggest hit in all Dalran.
I have never heard.
I have come here to read the speech of Queen Amara in the millennial celebration.
Oh, yes. Queen Amara. You are Queen Amara.
No, I'm not the queen. I'm an actress dressed as the queen.
What? It is death for any to dress as the queen.
I'm going to read the queen's speech. The speech Queen Amara I made 1,000 years ago.
Speech?
Yes, the speech. The speech that begins, Ide me, ide tu.
No.
Ide me, ishe du.
No, no! Please.
What's the matter?
I try to kill you before I know you. But you are good, kind. Oh, do not leave us. Do not. Oh, what is English word in Dalran mean step down from throne?
Abdicate.
Do not abdicate. You are good queen.
But I'm not saying anything like that. It means, in God's name I conquer, in God's name I rule.
No. It means, ide me, ide tu, ide me, ishe du. It means, in God's eyes, I am unworthy. In God's name, I abdicate.
Well, that's impossible. Oh, why do I say it's impossible? Tekla,
yes.
Listen to the rest of the speech and tell me what it means.
Yeah, that's the guy. That's the one I threw out of my office.
Miss Jessup, is he the man? The one who made Miss Dennison the offer?
Well, there's no doubt at all in my mind.
Now, what kind of a con artist are we dealing with here, Mr. Foster?
He's not a con artist. He's actually the Grand Duke Arsan of Dalran.
You mean there is such a guy? There is such a place?
Oh, yes.
Wow. If everything's on the level, why are we worried? Especially the government.
In the first place, there is no such thing in Dalran as a millennial celebration.
Well, then why would the guy
There are
say...
no movie fan magazines published there either.
I saw them. And you've got them on your desk.
These are fakes. They were printed over here.
But if this guy's legit, what's with the phony story?
I have a picture here. Recognize it?
Yeah, sure, it's Joe.
Miss Jessup?
Well, she never wore her hair like that, but it's Joe.
No. It's Queen Amara of Dalran.
The Queen? But she's the image of Joe.
Yeah. For a reason we're unaware of, they want somebody in that country to impersonate the Queen.
What's going to happen to Joe?
Hopefully nothing.
What do you mean, hopefully?
Well, it's a very violent country.
Tomorrow she'll be on the national network. At least we know she'll be okay till then.
Now, look, you just can't sit around here and do nothing.
I'm not going to be sitting around here. I'm leaving for Dalran.
I don't believe it. I can't believe it.
In this speech, you say, I am too weak, too ill, too unworthy. I abdicate my throne in favor of Iola Arti.
Iola Arti, that's someone's name?
Yes. That is sister of Grand Duke Arsan.
Oh, let me get this whole business straight. The Grand Duke wants to get his sister made the queen. So he creates a story to get me here to pose as the present queen and abdicate in her favor. Do you understand what I'm telling you?
No.
How does he know your people will accept his sister as the queen?
What? The old queen appoint new queen.
What do you mean?
When old queen wish to rule no more, she appoint new queen.
Where is the queen?
The queen? The queen is here. You are queen.
No, I'm talking about the queen. Now, where is the real queen?
The Queen? Well, you see, the Queen is not well.
Oh?
In the ordinary way, she would read the traditional speech, but since she is indisposed, you are, as you would say in your country, pinch hitting.
Oh, then I suppose we could say that I'm not here as an actress playing a part. I'm actually posing as the Queen.
Precisely.
That isn't quite the way this job was sold to me.
Ah, well...
And my opening lines do not really mean, in God's name I conquer, in God's name I rule.
No? What do they mean?
In God's name I am unworthy. In God's name I abdicate.
Whatever gave you such an idea?
And I abdicate in favor of Iola R.D., who happens to be your sister. So, what has become of the Queen?
Queen Amara is dead.
Really? How did it happen?
Well, let us say her time had come.
Ah, and who knows about it, in addition to you and me? A small, select group, no doubt.
You are a brilliant woman, Miss Dennison.
And afterward, what was supposed to become of me?
In time, you would be released quietly, and you could return home.
That's an unfortunate word, released. It implies that I would be a prisoner.
Well, you are a prisoner. You will be in a form of custody, restricted to an estate in a remote province. You would live comfortably, even luxuriously.
Well, I'm not interested in the part as it has been rewritten. And I shall not appear. May I have a lift to the airport?
I'm afraid not.
You can't force me to read that speech.
Would you rather be shot?
Oh, I see. The sophistication is only a veneer. You're basically a barbarian.
You have, as I said, two choices. Read the speech or die.
You think you can get away with killing me?
Duke Arsan. Who? Oh, yes, indeed. I shall speak with him immediately. Show him into the audience chamber. How may I serve you, Mr. Foster?
Your Highness, I wish to speak with Josephine Dennison.
Miss Dennison?
Yes. She is here to portray your queen.
Ah, Mr. Foster, if you knew anything at all about our customs, you would know it is sacrilege for an actress.
We know, sir, that you engaged her in New York City for precisely this purpose.
Who dares accuse me of this utterly false and criminal? I resent this baseless accusation, this slur upon my personal integrity.
Your Highness.
I have never heard of Miss Josephine Dennison. I have never met Miss Josephine Dennison. I can tell you nothing of Miss Josephine Dennison. And that, sir, must end the matter. Well, Miss Dennison, obviously there shall be no international incident.
How do I know that I won't be quietly disposed of after I abdicate?
What motive would I have for killing you?
How do I know I won't be shot or killed afterward?
Refuse to deliver the speech and you will be killed immediately. This way, at least you can enjoy the suspense.
Please, Your Majesty, do not leave.
Look, Tekla, how many times do I have to tell you? I'm not the Queen.
You are the Queen.
Why do you think I'm the Queen?
Because God says you are Queen. And I see now, you are good Queen.
Tell me, if you were Queen...
I? Queen?
Suppose God says Tekla shall be Queen. What would you do?
What would I do?
You wanted to kill me because I was bad. What would a good queen do?
A good queen would help the people, the poor people, peasant people. A good queen would not be queen of darkness.
A queen of darkness?
All queens are queen of darkness.
I see.
What are you going to do?
My dear, I shall wait. I shall wait for God to tell me.
Peers of the realm, nobles, gentry, soldiers, and people, silence for the Queen of Darkness!
Speak! Speak!
People of Dalran, I choose to speak in English.
What are you?
I am queen. A divine voice speaks within me.
Well, she's not the queen.
Arrest him.
Listen to me, people. She is...
Silence him.
Listen.
Remove him. People, I have been commanded by the divine voice to abdicate the throne. It is to be my fate to leave this lovely country. I have been commanded to appoint a new queen. From now on, the queen shall no longer be a queen of darkness. She shall be known as the Queen of Light. The divine voice within me commands that the first Queen of Light shall be Tekla.
Your Majesty.
I kneel before the new queen. Let the multitude kneel also.
But, Your Majesty...
You wanted to help your people. Now let's see you do it. How will you turn out? A queen of light or a queen of darkness?
But I...
Hail the queen!
How can I ever thank you? What can I do for you?
Put me on the first plane headed for America.
You remember, of course, the queen who abdicated some time ago and came here. She pursued a rather successful career as an actress. She reminded so many people of an actress, Josephine Denson, something like that. You know how it is in showbiz. People come and go. Like skyrockets, they flare up in momentary brilliance and then fall silently into the unknown darkness. I, however, shall return with some light in just a few moments. How are things in Dalran? What kind of queen did Tekla turn out to be? I'm sorry. We only give you one story at a time. It is certainly the classic situation. The idealistic young reformer who wishes to change the system suddenly acquires unlimited power. Who changes? What changes? The system or the reformer? Well, we don't have definite answers to these philosophical questions, but you must admit, we certainly kick them around. Our cast included Julie Harris, Robert Dryden, Evie Juster, and Gordon Gould. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams. The CBS Radio Mystery Theater presents... Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. In spite of all the books, the exposés, the articles that make patients think they are more knowledgeable than the doctors, the greatest mystery in our lexicon of science is still the human body. Murder, visitors from strange planets, the suspense of spectral visitors from the grave, none can compete with the simple but electrifying drama of the operating room.
Ready, Dr. Schaefer?
Ready, Dr. Marshall.
Patient's all yours, then.
Scalpel. McBurney incision, sir?
Up to you. It's what I'd use, but I'm not the surgeon. You are, Dr. Schaefer. There's nothing to be afraid of?
Not on your sweet... no, sir.
Well, then, why don't you begin?
Our mystery drama, A Case of Negligence, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Ian Martin and stars Mason Adams and Marion Seldes. It is sponsored in part by Sign-Off, the sinus medicines, and Anheuser-Busch Incorporated, brewers of Budweiser. I'll be back shortly with Act One. Time after time, I bring stories of death. Spirits that rise from the grave, murder in every conceivable form, the torture of a man or woman knowing they are doomed. Death which comes, as it must, to all men. Death, the great mystery. This story is about those men most concerned with it and with life. The doctors, in particular the surgeons, and the hidden danger they face. It begins appropriately enough in the clinic of a typical community hospital.
You sit right there, Spud. Dad'll be right back with the doctor.
No big deal. I don't need a hospital.
Cheer up. It's only an emergency ward. What you do, cut your hand? Get it caught in a cookie jar? Well, I guess you must have got roughed up by a tiger.
No, I just got bit by Shadow.
Who's that, a black leopard?
A dog, Tommy's. But he didn't mean it.
Course he didn't. Because dog is man's best friend.
I'm only a little boy.
A boy's best friend, too.
Then they won't do anything to him.
Oh, no, why should they? When he didn't mean it.
You get bit, too?
No. Just indigestion. Something old men get.
Well, I don't like to step out of line, Dr. Downing, but, with this sort of thing, it could be.
I quite understand, Mr. Pollock. Of course, we've had no cases of rabies reported. It was a neighbor's pet, but just to make sure... Excuse me. Are you Mr. Clay?
That's me, ma'am.
I'm Dr. Downing. If you're not in any discomfort, this little boy's father is quite concerned
I know, Doctor. Don't you worry about me. I'm used to living with pain after 75 years. You tend to Spud. And don't be too hard on Shadow.
Shadow?
Party of the second part, the dog. He didn't mean to do it.
If you'll take Spud into the first booth there, Mr. Pollock.
Come on, son. We'll get you fixed up. Come on.
Thanks, Mr. Clay.
I got a grandson of my own. Know just how the boy feels. And I'm in no hurry.
Well, we'll try not to keep you waiting too long.
I'm all right.
What happened, Tom?
I don't know, Fran. The old man just collapsed.
Why, that's Mr. Clay.
Your patient? What's wrong with him?
Well, when he came in, he just listed slight stomach disorder, indigestion, nothing to suggest an emergency. He certainly didn't act like there was one. I had this kid with a dog bite in the next booth.
Will
and
you stay with the kid? I'll take you over here. Maybe he just got a little dizzy. They keep this place too hot anyway.
No, not that hot. And he looks too rugged for anything that simple.
Oh, don't worry about it. I'll check him out.
Well, thanks for the helping hand, Tom.
Mr. Clay?
Yes?
I'm Dr. Schaefer. Feel up to a few questions?
Sure. I'm all right.
Not quite. You just passed out. Well, almost.
Oh, I had a bunch of cherry stones for dinner last night. Dug them myself. Must have caught a bad one. Woke up with a real bellyache.
Well, let's pin that down. Expose the abdomen, nurse. What kind of ache?
First off, I thought it was gas. Kind of sharp. Then real dull. Hey, that don't feel so good.
I'm not surprised. Draw some blood, nurse. I want a WBX stat. You feel it here? Here? How about here?
That's mighty tender.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's get a little history on you. Okay, nurse, get me that blood count. Green light. You live at 17 Oakwood Lane, Mr. Clay?
Well, that's my home. Right now, I'm on the Janie.
The what?
My boat. Named after my wife. God rest her soul. A sloop rig built to myself.
Well, how about that? You live on it alone?
Yep.
No family?
Oh, yeah. Got a son, Dan, and his wife, Doris, and my grandson. They live in the house.
Well, who sent you here?
If you mean a doctor, don't have one. Never need one. Never get sick.
You have a cold now?
Thought I shook it, but it hangs on. It'll go.
But you haven't seen a doctor for it?
Nope. Salt and soda, mustard plasters, and a steam kettle. Got me over every one I ever had. This one, too.
Do you have a family physician?
Told you, nope. Guess that makes you my doctor. I wish you'd lay off pressing on my belly. Sure does hurt.
I'm sorry. I'm surprised you were able to move around as much as you did. How'd you get to the clinic?
Drove. I was in town for supplies. Then driving back to the boat, right near the hospital, I got a real Jim Dandy. Doubled me right over the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
Figured I'd better have someone take a look at it.
You figured right.
You know what's wrong with me, don't you, young fella?
I can make a guess. Acute vermiform appendix.
That mean an operation?
The way it looks, I'd say yes. May I have the phone number at your house?
Why?
Just to notify your son and daughter-in-law.
Don't bother them, unless you think I'm going to kick off.
An appendix isn't that much of a deal today.
Well, even if 'twas, I don't think they'd worry anyways. Oh, look, what do you say we get this damn thing out? It's beginning to bother me.
It's just superficial, Mr. Pollock. Keep the bandage clean and dry and come back next Friday.
But supposing that dog had rabies?
The dog will be checked out by the Board of Health.
Right.
If there's the slightest chance he has rabies, Spud will need shots, but there's no need to worry about that yet.
Okay.
We'll see you Friday.
Well, isn't Dr. Giannano in attendance? A colectomy. Well, he won't be out for at least 3 hours. You better notify Dr. Marshall and have him schedule someone. I know that appendix has got to come out. What? Yes, Clay. C-L-A-Y. C as in Charlie, which happens to be his first name.
Oh, so that's what was the matter with Mr. Clay. Are you admitting him as a ward patient?
I got to. He's in through the clinic, and he has no hospitalization. I tried to reach his son. He's in court arguing a case, and the son's wife is at a bridge game somewhere.
No family doctor?
Nope. Says he's never been sick a day in his life. I can believe him. Oh, the old boy is as hard as nails. Well, I've got to get a more detailed history on him.
Do you have to know all this guff about me?
Well, you never know when it might come in handy. And it fills in the time while I'm waiting for your blood count. Let me see now. All the kids' diseases, measles, German measles, scarlet fever.
Never had one.
Any allergies?
No.
Have you ever had a bad reaction to penicillin or aspirin or...
None. Unless that's one.
That's your cold.
Oh, that ain't what's bothering me, son. It's the pain in the gut.
Oh, the blood count, nurse. Good. Let's see. White blood count 15,000. Well, that clinches it. Get him undressed and we'll start to prep him. I'll be right back.
You look kind of grim, Tom.
Yeah. You got any consent forms in your desk, Franny?
Sure. You going to operate?
Before that appendix pops.
I meant, are you going to operate?
Me? Are you kidding?
No. You're a surgical resident now, aren't you?
Well, sure, and I've assisted at enough surgical abdomens to do any of them in my sleep, but it's up to Dr. Marshall to give me a nod, and if you think that GI ship-cracking tough son of a... Forgive my big mouth, Fran. I got to remember not to open it around the hospital.
I hope you remember to forget. Here's your consent form. You better get it signed by a patient because Dr. Marshall wants you upstairs in OR immediately.
That gives me butterflies in the stomach. But look at the hands, huh? Steady as a rock.
Well, Dr. Schaefer, you took your own sweet time about getting here.
Well, as fast as I could, sir. I had to get a consent form from the patient.
Did you get a history?
Here, Dr. Marshall.
Bit sketchy.
What's the best I could do? This is red blanket, sir. The patient's already on his way up.
Then you'd better scrub. And while you're changing, you can fill me in.
Oh, yes, sir.
How bad is this chest congestion?
Bad enough to indicate a spinal.
At your opinion, or the anesthesiologist?
Well, he concurred, sir. I mean, that's what he would have recommended, so he agreed.
And we're all in harmony. Except for the patient. He agree?
He's in a lot of pain, sir. I had to sedate him. He was a bit foggy by the time we got to deciding on anesthesia.
I'd rather he knew. What about the relatives?
Can't be reached. The switchboard will contact Dr. Downing if they call in.
Well, it won't hurt to check with her before we scrub. Some people still have funny notions about spinals, no matter how safe they are. I'd like to have it part of the record.
Dr. Downing?
It's Dr. Marshall on this appendectomy out of your clinic. Any word yet from his son or daughter-in-law?
Not a peep.
Well, Dr. Schaefer and I are on our way up to the ready room now. If they turn up or call before we're out of scrub, let me know. You all set, Doctor?
All set.
Then let's go. Gloves, nurse.
Sir?
Yes, Dr. Schaefer.
Excuse me, Dr. Marshall, but you think there's anything wrong about this case?
Not at all. Why?
Well, I don't know. I just had a notion you... forget it.
No, you're right in a way. When I found we were so short-handed, I thought this case might be the perfect one to let you get your feet wet as a surgeon.
Well, I'd like to, if you give me the chance.
Think you can handle this, Schaefer?
Well, yes, sir. Yes, sir, I do. I can promise you won't be sorry.
Very well. The patient is yours once the anesthesiologist hands him over.
May I have the patient, Dr. Davis? Thanks. Scalpel. McBurney incision, sir?
Up to you. It's what I'd use, but I'm not the surgeon. You are, Dr. Schaefer. There's nothing you're afraid of?
Not on your sweet... No, sir.
Now, why don't you begin?
Geronimo. Clamps, please. Good. Face your scalpel. Swab, please. Clamps.
How'd it go, Brian?
No problem.
Finally got in touch with Mr. Clay's daughter-in-law. She and her husband are on their way into the hospital, breathing fire.
About what?
Well, they felt they should have been consulted about the operation before it happened.
Simple appendix. Why in the... Dr. Marshall. Yes, Dr. Schaefer. What? Respiratory failure. Why didn't you tell me sooner? No, I'll be right up.
Mr. Clay?
Yes.
What?
I don't know. Secondary result of the operation, perhaps.
Oh, poor Tom. His first.
It could be his last. I just have a miserable hunch your brother and I are in for a rough time. I hope we can keep you out of it.
What trouble does Dr. Marshall anticipate after a simple operation? And what does he mean by your brother? And why, without the threat of murder or violence or any superhuman agency, does the shadow of death and mystery suddenly unfold its shadow over the people we have met and are still to meet? I'll return shortly with Act Two. It is late in the day before the two missing relatives of Charles Clay arrive at the hospital. Doris Clay is a triumph of cosmetics over nature. But if you look closely enough, the eyes are small and agate hard, the turn of the mouth downward and mean. Her husband Dan is heavy set, not with muscle, but by indulgence. His air of arrogance and assuredness is the armor he wears to cover his weakness.
I'm sorry we had so much difficulty getting in touch with you both.
I was in the middle of a bridge tournament. I don't know why the message didn't get to me.
I was in court arguing a case, and naturally they didn't want to interrupt.
And after all, it wasn't anything serious, was it?
Just an acute appendicitis.
Well, we don't have to waste any more time talking about it. I'd like to see my father.
Well, that's why I met you and brought you to Dr. Marshall's office.
Why? What's wrong? We were assured this was a very simple operation.
Well, it seemed that way at the time, Mrs. Clay.
And how does it seem now?
Well, there were some complications. If you'll excuse me, I'll let Dr. Marshall, the surgeon, and our chief of staff explain. I'll have him paged, and I'll send him right down.
Well, isn't this just a dandy little mess?
Take it easy, Doris.
Take it easy. You should have been here to talk to your father before they
I
operated.
was in court. I couldn't walk out in the middle of a case. But you could have walked out in the middle of a bridge game.
I'm not his child. You are. I couldn't have persuaded him to change his will back. And even if I could, he'd have insisted on seeing you before he took any legal steps. You know that.
No, I... He didn't consult me when he cut us out of his will.
Well, he was angry at us then. Thank heaven enough has happened since that we're back in his good graces.
We hope.
Well, if we aren't, it's no fault of mine. I did everything I could to butter him up.
I gotta give you credit for that.
Damn well right I did. Letting David spend half his time on that smelly old boat, cooking his clams and his seafood, even feeding that mangy old dog of his. Ugh, I could throw up when I think of it.
But it may prove to have been worth it, baby.
Even letting David bring that miserable apology for a dog back into our nice, clean house because... Dan.
What, dear?
You said may have been worth it.
Oh?
When you had that talk with him day before yesterday, and you said he was coming home, you said he was going to change his will again yesterday, did he?
I guess he didn't.
What do you mean, you guess?
His lawyer called me this morning while you were still asleep. He never kept the appointment.
My Lord, you know what that means? If anything happens to him, we're... Dan, we've got to get to him fast.
Damn it, it was only a simple appendix. What the devil are you blowing your stack about? Maybe it's even better this way. We take him home to recuperate, and it'll be a lot easier to bring him around.
I hope so, because I'll tell you this. If he dies and doesn't leave us enough to clean up our debts, I'm walking out on you, Dan Clay.
Mr. and Mrs. Clay?
Yes. Who are you?
I'm Dr. Schaefer. Dr. Marshall was concerned about keeping you waiting so long. He asked me to come down and talk to you.
We don't want to waste any more time. Both my husband and I want to see our father.
I'm afraid you can't for the moment.
Why not?
I'm sorry to tell you this, but he's gone into a coma.
Coma? What? How?
We haven't been able to diagnose it yet, Mr. Clay.
The doctors don't even know?
From what we can see, it has nothing to do with the operation. It looks like an infection or an allergy of some kind.
And what kind?
Well, possibly a transverse myelitis. I mean, an inflammation of the spine.
What's the spine got to do with an appendicitis?
Your father had a spinal anesthesia. It was necessary since he had a severe cold, and a general anesthesia could have proven dangerous.
Are you implying, Dr. Schaefer, that the spinal could have been a mistake?
Not a mistake. But quite often a post-operative reaction like your father's might be due to an allergy. Do you know of any that he had?
Didn't you ask Dad before you went ahead?
Yes. But at the time, he was in so much pain, and we had him sedated so that... excuse me. Dr. Schaefer.
Tom, it's Fran. Are the Clays still with you?
Yes?
Try not to alarm them, but I think you'd better bring them up here. Brian asked me to call. It's Mr. Clay.
What about him?
He's gone into convulsions.
I see. Well, thank you, Doctor. We'll be right up.
Was that about my father?
Well, yes. Dr. Marshall just sent a message for me to take you upstairs to his room.
Oh, then he is conscious.
I'm afraid not. Not yet. Shall we go? The elevator's right outside the door.
You were asking about allergies, Dr. Schaefer. A question, of course, you should have asked my father.
I did. He said he had none. That he'd never been sick a day in his life.
Just a big front he kept up. He was always getting colds, and he had trouble with his teeth. But you couldn't get him near a dentist.
You remember why, Doris? 4 years ago when he had the tooth pulled?
I'm not likely to forget. Oh, he had a terrible reaction to the Novocaine. We thought that... Do you use Novocaine with spinals?
No, but we do use a related drug.
And you didn't ask my father if he was susceptible to it?
Mr. Clay, your father denied having any allergies.
But you didn't check further.
We tried to reach both of you, but we couldn't, as you know. And it was an emergency.
It seems to me it still is. But it's looking more and more that somebody did make a mistake. Damn serious one. Which door is my father's?
Number 814. The one where my sister... Dr. Downing is standing.
Your sister? But your name is Schaefer.
She uses her married name.
Dr. Marshall is in with your father now, if you wouldn't mind waiting just a moment.
I don't know about Dan, but I'm getting tired of this runaround.
I don't intend to be kept waiting any longer. It's urgent that I say...
Excuse me. Here's Dr. Marshall now. This is Mr. and
So
Miss...
you do exist. Well, I demand that I be allowed to talk with my father immediately.
I am afraid that's no longer possible, Mr. Clay.
What do you mean?
I'm very sorry to have to tell you, Mrs. Clay, you, Mr. Clay, but your father's just passed away.
Oh, good
That's
Lord,
impossible.
no.
A fine old man in perfect health with everything to live for. Us, his grandson.
No man is in perfect health after an operation. And besides...
But we were led to believe it was a very simple operation.
It was, Mrs. Clay. A classic appendectomy done in less than half an hour. No complications, no rupture. The appendix was in no way obstructed. The surgeon was able to see it clearly, detach it, and remove it without any...
Just a minute. The surgeon, you said?
Yeah?
I thought you were the surgeon, Dr. Marshall.
I was the surgeon in charge, but the procedure was actually handled by a resident.
Just what is a resident, Dr. Marshall?
A qualified physician who is training in surgery.
What you're saying, Doctor, is that you allowed my father to be operated on by a novice?
I'm saying nothing of the sort.
I want his name. I want to know who he is.
I did the operation, Mr. Clay.
You?
I think you must be mad, Dr. Marshall. Why, this boy scarcely looks any older than my 15-year-old son.
Dr. Marshall, I want the answer to only one question. I want to know, if the operation was performed so classically, why my father died.
I wish I could answer that. We haven't been able to determine the causes yet.
Oh, you're not willing to admit them.
We have nothing to hide, Mr. Clay. Have you? Just exactly what is it you're after?
Causes, Doctor. Would you like me to list a few?
Since you're not a physician, it seems purposeless. Your opinion wouldn't have much validity.
I'm an attorney, Doctor, and my opinion has considerable validity in a court of law. Doris, get the elevator.
Yes, Dan.
We're leaving now, Dr. Marshall.
Mr. Clay, before you do, there are certain arrangements.
You can trust me to handle those. You'll be notified.
I had wanted you to sign one document.
What?
For all our sakes, I think a post-mortem examination is indicated.
Oh, for my dead body, if you want to add that to my father's.
The elevator's here.
I hope it's more efficient than the staff at this hospital.
I'm sorry, Dr. Marshall.
For what, Doctor?
Well, if you want me to really be honest, mostly because a swell old guy I like died for no reason I can think of. I just hope it wasn't my fault.
Well, how could it be?
Just the
anesthetic.
We'll
but...
talk this all out later. Dr. Schaefer, grab a staff elevator and get down and make sure the Clays are off our turf for the moment. And then meet me in my office.
Check, sir. On my way.
Brian, it wasn't his fault, was it?
No, I don't think so. If there is any blame, and it rests on a lot of shoulders, it has to do with us all being human beings.
What does that mean?
A nice but stubborn old man who wouldn't admit age or infirmity. A doctor approaching middle age who lost his wife and fell in love with another man's. And a rapacious pair of people who don't deserve the title of human being, who had little love for a nice old guy until suddenly he died mysteriously. Why?
I don't know about them. Only about us. I'm married to a husband who should have been a retired racehorse. He's a natural stud. He won't divorce me or allow a divorce, and I won't force it because we do have a daughter who adores her father. And I'd rather break my heart than hers.
And my wife is dead. I thought I'd never love another woman. And now I do. There's nothing I can do about it.
Oh, darling. Oh, darling. Let us go for a moment. The other thing's more immediate, isn't it? Those two awful people. They're going to sue, aren't they?
I'd guess that's what they have in mind.
And if they ever got wind of us, they could crucify Tom. And us. And the hospital, perhaps. How can we stop them?
An autopsy is the best answer. We can force that. If it vindicates what Tom and I have done, that's that.
And if it doesn't?
We could all be up the creek without a paddle.
The doctor's dilemma. There is no more demanding or exacting and exhausting preparation for any profession. But there is still a small percentile of accident no human being can possibly foresee or devise against. Man proposes, but God still disposes. I'll return shortly with Act 3. Flood, famine, death, or whatever, Doris Clay rises late in the morning. It is one of her completely selfish indulgences she allows nothing to interfere with. Even this morning, which could well be one of the most important in her life, she is barely coming to, with the help of black coffee, propped up in the big bed with the satin sheets, as Dan, who is an early riser, comes to join her just before noon.
Oh, you look like the wrath of God.
I feel like it. My nose isn't any good. I got to Chapman, Dad's lawyer. Fat old fool. But I've seen the will.
And?
The bulk of his estate is left in trust for David. Hedged in so tight we couldn't even borrow, beg, steal, or finagle a nickel.
And the rest?
It might be ironically funny if we weren't personally involved. The rest of it goes to the hospital. A gift from someone who didn't believe in doctors.
He only did it to hurt us. But, Dan, not a penny.
Not unless we break it.
Can we?
It's a fallback position. I don't know if it's worth the investment. There's a much easier way out of our troubles.
There's got to be some way. We're in debt up to our ears. And we can't hold it off any longer.
I know. I think we have a good chance for at least a settlement. We're going to sue for malpractice.
Who?
The doctors, of course. At least Marshall must have insurance. But most of all, because clinic and a resident physician are involved, the hospital. That's where the real dough is. Come in, Dr. Marshall. You know Mr. Clay.
Yes, Mr. Wyatt.
Mr. Clay is here at my instigation to see if we can't smooth out our differences amicably. I see no reason why we can't. I'm certainly reluctant to damage the reputation of this hospital for just one tragic mistake. If we can keep things quiet.
What are you getting at?
Well, until he sold out a little over a year ago, my father was Pioneer Furniture. One of the wealthiest and most influential men in the state. If the papers should pick up any hint that his death was, headlines, sell newspapers.
Pick up what? There's no story for them here.
Oh, isn't there? Even you doctors admit my father's death is an enigma.
Doesn't have to be. If you want to render more than lip service.
What does that mean?
Give us permission to perform an autopsy.
Haven't you mutilated him enough?
You say you don't want to hurt any reputations, but you don't want to protect them either.
I want my father to rest in peace.
Mr. Clay, we're both lawyers. Why fight an autopsy? You know, under the circumstances, any court would grant an order to perform one.
My object in coming here today was to keep this out of court.
Meaning you want a settlement.
Well, the wrong has been done.
You can't prove that without an autopsy. It is the truth you want, isn't it?
Of course. All right. Give me the paper and I'll sign it. How soon will we get results?
By tomorrow morning.
No. Very well. Then we'll know exactly where we all stand.
Come in.
Good morning, Brian.
You got one of these too, Fran?
A subpoena. I never had one before.
You have plenty of company. You, me, Tom, Dr. Davis, and the hospital. The moment the results of the postmortem were in.
But it was negative. I mean, cause of death unknown. It didn't prove any of us responsible.
Unfortunately, it didn't prove that any or all of us weren't. There's one easy way out of this.
What?
I resign as chief of staff, take the blame, and make the best settlement with Clay that I can out of court.
But why would you do a thing like that? None of us is guilty of anything. He has no case.
Darling, the danger here is you and me.
But we haven't done anything wrong.
No, I'm rather sorry to say, no sin of commission. But a hospital is like a school or a small village, and the grapevine trembles in the slightest wind. If Dan Clay got any notion that you, a married woman, have any concern for me, and that I, because Tom is your brother, made any special consideration to allow him to operate.
But you've done just the opposite. You've almost held him back because of that conscience of yours.
I know that, my darling. You know it. But does the rest of the world? Long before all of this happened, I've been trying to face the fact that I should go away and leave you to...
To Alec. In and out of any other bed he can find. Oh, no. You don't walk out because of me. Maybe it's time to get it all out in the open anyway. I can't protect my daughter much longer. She's getting old enough to know about her father. And we can take it as long as we know we're right. We are, aren't we, darling?
As God is my judge, I believe so.
Then what killed that poor old man?
Nothing we did. I'm sure of it. The question is, how can I prove it? Dr. Marshall. Yes, Mr. Wyatt. I know. Yes, of course. I can't promise that we can't. I know, sir. Much better. I have Dr. Downing with me now. I'll round up the others and join you in your office.
What was that?
Mr. Wyatt wants us, Tom, and Dr. Davis up in his office. He's gotten Clay to agree to a pre-court hearing. It's worth a try to keep this thing from getting out of hand.
Just a quick explanation of what an examination before trial consists of. This is Mr. Cooper, who's a court stenographer. He will take a complete transcript of everything said here, just as in a court of law. Though there is no judge present here, everyone will receive the full transcript, and you will be bound by oath to whatever statements they make. All right, Mr. Clay.
Thank you, Mr. Wyatt. Dr. Downing, you admitted my father to the clinic?
I signed him in, yes.
Did you bring a copy of the roster for that evening as requested?
I did.
Was there a patient named Spud Pollock on that roster?
Yes.
But according to this, he was fourth in order after Charles Clay, and yet he was taken ahead of him.
Well, the child had been bitten by a dog. It was an emergency.
And an acute appendix is
not? Well, at the time, I wasn't aware that...
How could you be, since you hadn't asked? I submit that it was gross negligence for you.
Negligence has not been established.
Let it also be noted that Charles Clay did have an acute appendix and subsequently died the very next day. Now, as I understand it, Dr. Schaefer, you were the one who diagnosed acute appendix?
I did.
And you recommended an immediate operation?
Correct.
For which some form of general anesthetic is used?
Not in this case. The patient appeared to have an upper respiratory infection, so Dr. Davis, the anesthesiologist, and I agreed that a spinal was the safest to use.
Did my father sign a consent for the operation?
Yes.
And he was told about the spinal?
At the time he signed the consent, it had not been decided on.
So he was never told?
Well, he was in great pain and under sedation by the time it was agreed on.
Were you aware that Mr. Clay was allergic to Novocaine?
I asked him if he had any allergies. He said no.
Just general allergies or what, Doctor?
There wasn't time to go into it in detail. There was risk of the appendix rupturing.
If an appendix ruptures, is it usually fatal?
Not by any means.
But in this case, it didn't. Still, the patient died. Why? Do you know?
You know we don't.
Dr. Marshall, I received a copy of the autopsy report. Quote, death by respiratory failure and or cardiac arrest due to cause or causes unknown, unquote. That doesn't rule out an allergic reaction to the anesthesia, does it?
No, but...
And when my father was examined before the operation, there was no indication of any other serious condition other than the inflamed appendix?
That's substantially correct.
So what will you say in court, Doctor, when I ask, would Charles Clay have died if there had not been an operation?
Don't answer that, Dr. Marshall. We'll wait till, or if, we get to court to argue that. You are married, Mr. Clay?
I am.
Any children?
One. A boy. David.
Were you and your father close?
Yes. We were a very close family.
So your only reason for bringing suit is to punish the parties you deem responsible for the death of your father?
Correct.
And any money you might be awarded is secondary, of course.
It's of no object.
I see. Your father didn't live in the same house with you.
No.
Where did he live?
In an old boat he built.
Why?
He liked that kind of life.
Even in a freezing winter he thought was too much for his dog to stand?
Dad was getting old. We liked to indulge his whims. That's what he wanted, so we gave in.
It wouldn't be that he was tired of indulging your whims and paying your debts. Did your father leave a will?
Oh, you know he did. You subpoenaed a copy of it. But he was going to change it. A blow for the hospital it would have been, wouldn't it, to lose all that bequest?
I won't even dignify that with an answer. I want to read only one part. I bequeath and trust to my grandson David all the rest of my property, real or otherwise, etc., etc. And I charge him and or his trustees to maintain until his death my friend Whiskey. He and David have given me the only love I ever knew. Whiskey?
My father's dog. We've been taking care of him.
Better than your father, I hope.
Whiskey was old and sick. He had to be put away. A deliberate act, Counselor. Not like my father, who was lost through negligence.
What is it, Brian?
Are we alone?
Yes.
I just came from a long talk with Wyatt. I've handed him my resignation.
Oh, no. Why?
It's the only way. Wyatt had Clay backed against the wall at one point, and he really opened up and threatened to fight dirty. He's so desperate. He'd ruin Tom's career and yours.
Mine?
His wife, a prize harpy, and also something of a swinger, apparently knows your husband. In return for all the phony dirt he could hand her about us, she promised to make sure they discredit you enough in an open trial so he could get custody of your child.
Well, I'm not going to let you sacrifice yourself for me and Tom.
It isn't only that. The old man did go into convulsive seizure before he died. Now, with that in the books, and considering the vicious, rabid prosecution Dan Clay would put on in court, the press coverage... Rabid?
What is it?
That kid with the dog bite. Charles Clay's old dog. Francis, maybe I just found the answer. We've got to have another post-mortem. The second autopsy, Mr. Clay, when we knew what we were looking for, lists final proof. In the cornuomonas, the characteristic inclusion bodies of negri were found. In layman's terms, your father died of rabies, which he got from his dog Whiskey.
But the dog never had convulsions.
There are two forms, the furious and the dumb. In the second, the dog is just lethargic and comatose. He looks old.
Well, but my father never was bitten.
The saliva of the dog, when someone fondled him, if there was any break in the skin whatsoever, would have been enough to infect him. You're just lucky you had that dog put away before he infected your son, David. Now, get out of here before I give you a valid case to prosecute. Assault and battery. Well, that's the end of that.
And the beginning of us.
What do you mean?
Oh, I'm just realizing that I'm the one who's really guilty of gross negligence. Brian, my darling, you think you can forgive me?
I don't know. But I'll spend a lifetime trying.
No Gothic tale of horror, certainly. No murders, no horrendous, tortured spirits rising from the grave, but a mystery story, and a story of jeopardy more important than most. For a doctor's good name must, like Caesar's wife, always be above reproach. I'll be back shortly. A few footnotes to a compelling story. First, that the doctors were vindicated. Second, to applaud the depth of a surgeon's knowledge that enabled him to make such a rare diagnosis, once he had the facts. Last, a word about old Charles Clay. Though today, rabies, if caught in time, can be cured, once the symptoms develop, death is inevitable. So, somewhere, Charles can perhaps take heart, knowing his death achieved one thing. It brought a happy life to two people who might have let it slip through their fingers. So, at the end, this was a love story. Our cast included Mason Adams, Marion Seldes, Bob Caliban, Alan Hewitt, Hetty Galen, and Gil Mack. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. And now, a preview of our next tale.
With shaky hands, I measured a very small portion into a cup of hot water and took it down the hall to my uncle's bedroom. Oh.
It's all right, my dear. I wanted to spare you for a little while, but you'd see it sooner or later.
I couldn't believe I was seeing it then. The walls and floor were black, and so was the big bed with a prow like a Viking ship. My uncle looked like a ghost propped up against those white pillows. And thank heaven, John had warned me, because there on one side of the bed was that coat rack thing from which dangled a full-size skeleton.
Don't be frightened, my dear. You'll soon get used to everything around here.
Radio Mystery Theater was sponsored in part by Anheuser-Busch Incorporated, Brewers of Budweiser, and Sign-Off, the sinus medicines. This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams.